messing that up. It's been a while. Hold on. Hold on. I wasn't ready. Shit. Oh no. My headphones falling off. Okay. I think everything worked. I think probably, maybe, possibly everything worked. Just give me a second, chat. Jesus. Jeez, chat. Give me a second. I'm not ready. I'm not ready to rumble. There we go. Alright. Alright. Did YouTube go? It did! There are people watching now. Okay, cool. That's all I really needed. I just needed to make extra sure that everything was going to work. I'm going to do my best to not accidentally play music that is copyrighted. How you doing, Khan? First in the stream. Love to see it. How are you? Khan Septiture. Let's do the OG stream playlist. Let's ruin my Spotify Wrapped yet again. Okay, how quiet is that? Is that too quiet? Make this smaller. Yo, Shama Rice. What is going on? Hello, Mr. Cashew. Hello, mate. Here you going? Okay. Alright, that is quite quiet. We'll put that up a little bit. You're at the gym right now. How are you doing? I'm doing pretty good. Look at his dickhead smile. Oh, he's not even happy. I thought he was smiling. It was just the angle. He's actually very much not happy. Chat, alright, listen. I've got some stuff to say. Yo, Trust Atlas, welcome to the stream. I've got some stuff to say though, chat. So after trying to now make a whatchamacallit with like a thumbnail with Borderlands 4's photo mode. I fucking hate Borderlands 4's photo mode. It has everything that is wrong with Borderlands 3's photo mode, but with the added thing, or at least I never really noticed it as much in Borderlands 3 if it was in it. But if I want to take a photo, the game plays a little bit before it pauses, which is so fucking annoying, because if I want, say I'm sprinting, I want to get a photo of Rafa sprinting, I'll pause, I'll go to the photo mode, and then he fucking stops! That's not what I wanted a photo of! So it's been pissing me off. So basically, photo mode, we waited so long for it to come out for it to be basically worse than BL3's. Or at least the exact same as BL3. I can't quite remember. I never really used BL3's photo mode too much. I remember using it for like a few fun screenshots. And I remember using it for some other things as well. The thumbnails I only really used a little bit for like my playthrough videos, but I never did too many of those. I did a Flak playthrough, and I did a Amara playthrough, and I did a Zane playthrough, so actually I know what I'm talking about. I did use it quite a lot. Never mind. Yeah. Hi, Big Cashew. Glad to see the title is right. Yeah, I'm complaining. I'm complaining. But also doing some antics. Literally, chat. Basically, no idea what I want to do today. All I know for certain is that I wanted to stream, because I have not streamed in a long time, you know? It's been a while, Cashew. It has. I've not been streaming. I've been working on videos. And by that, I mean procrastinating on videos. And by that, I mean not working on videos. So, you know, I've been doing nothing. Literally, I've been doing nothing. Like, I got out the video, the bingo video with the pre-sequel, with Gas Mask, and then after that, I'm like, okay, I'm going to script a new video, and then I start the script. I've gotten like a decent ways into the script, but it's killing me. I hate working on the script. So that script will be finished eventually, but not right now. Instead, I am pivoting, and I'm going to put all of my effort into making Hide and Seek 3 happen first, and then after Hide and Seek 3, tiebreaker with Gas Mask, with it being a much bigger pre-sequel bingo video, with a updated board, and ideally we do 7x7 instead of 5x5, so it's just way longer. And then I won't play Athena like the second round, so I don't instantly fucking lose. Because holy shit, Athena sucks for bingo. But yeah. Oh my god, thank you for the gifted sub! Khan, you legend. Is it gonna... I wonder if it's gonna come up on the thing. Oh, there you go. Oh, it wasn't a sub. It was a gifted membership. I appreciate that a lot. That's very cool. One gifted before I leave? Hell yeah. I appreciate that, Khan. I appreciate that. It's very nice. It comes up on my chat before it comes up on like the notification. So it's like... So I'm like, oh, that's a cool thing. Are my alerts broken? Are my alerts broken? Are my alerts broken? Hey, they're not. Okay, that's kind of how it feels. Alright, we should do literally something. Just anything. Who do I not have? Let's just do shiny farming for now. But a shiny farm that doesn't make me want to, like, break my head open. Wait, who's the thingo? Skull Orchid? The Roach? I don't want to do the fucking Roach chat. I just want to do a regular ass farm. Just a nice, easy... Don't have to think too hard. Could do Bramble. Let's do Bramble. I know they were big on Call It Chat. I have not played Borderlands 4 properly in about a month. You gotta tell us the tea. Literally, how has life been? It's been going alright. It's been going alright. I mean, I don't really have much tea to spill, if I'm gonna be honest, chat. Besides being stressed about the news, but no one wants to hear about that. I'm not gonna get political. Because I know a bunch of Americans do not give a shit about Australian political shit. And even if they did, I feel like it wouldn't go well. So I'm just gonna keep my mouth shut. The Roach was my nickname back in high school. Yeah? How'd you get that nickname? That's a story for the ages. But actually, chat, I have been playing Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart. I bought that because I was like, wait, hold on. I have a oh my god, first fucking enemy get a world drop. That's insane. Oh, an enhancement, cool. It's Hyperion. Ideally, I think that just means it's bad. I don't think there's a single good Hyperion enhancement. We'll leave that there. My inventory's full right now. I'll deal with that later. If I remember to. But yeah, because I was like... Back when Rift Apart first came to PC, my PC absolutely could not handle that. We're doing Battle Wagon instead because it's closer, chat. So I probably shouldn't be using Death Stare for a drill. I should either be using Speed Demon or Tedior. Yo, thank you for the follow. Frequent Enjoyer. That's a fucking banger name. I like that. 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 I'm gonna have to permanently change my name to Trust Atlas. Your name is Trust Atlas. Oh, Trust the Lass. Oh, sorry. Trust the Lass, yeah. I didn't mean to do that. I apologize for that. I didn't notice. Which is... It's annoying because I literally had other people watch that video as well, just to make sure I didn't have any issues with it. So I watched that over like 4 times. I had somebody else watch over it an extra time. I just did not get caught. It's just unfortunate. Sometimes it be how it be. Also, chat, has anybody in the chat been playing Borderlands 4 in like the recent month? Because I haven't played Borderlands 4 in like a month, like properly. I'm just gonna be like so for real right now. I have not been playing Borderlands 4. Seven Sets is kind of fun with Ripper. I really like that. Yeah, but we could just use the bod and win. That's always the thing, right? You could use all the fun guns and all these fun interactions, but if you want it to go fast, you use the bod and win, which is the sad part about Borderlands 4. Honestly, nerfing the bod is probably a good idea, as much as it would suck and, like, kill every single meta build. Oh, legendary. Wasn't a shiny, though, so do I even check? That was actually not a bad one. It's not a bad one. You're popping my BL4 viewing cherry. I don't know why I've been so disinterested in it, because it looks fine apart from the open world and inventory menu. Yeah, the inventory menu was terrible. But you know what's in worse than the inventory menu? The backpack menu. I just wanna see my rep kits. I hate it so much. So many tabs. Too many tabs. I don't even own Borderlands 4. That's fair. Listen, I think, okay, so Borderlands 4 have been getting a lot of flack recently about it being a bad game, people saying it's worse than Borderlands 3. I think this is a bunch of people who didn't like BL3, and they're coming out, and they're saying this is worse than BL3 because it's new. And I want to hate it, because I'm going to tell you this right now. I think Borderlands 4, if we're talking launch, if we're comparing launches, Borderlands 4, way better. Way better. Though at this point in BL3's life, it's probably the better game, just because it had a fucking DLC. And, like, you know, they weren't doing the fucking bounty pack thing. And they had a better version of the bounty pack in the Halloween DLC. Which people, like, that was controversial, that Halloween DLC. And it gave a fucking brand new element, and it was controversial. Like, we had no idea how good we had it in Borderlands 3. Like, that Halloween DLC is, not DLC, but the Halloween event was actually crazy good in BL3. There are things to not like about it, absolutely, but there are also a lot of reasons to like it a lot that were just never really given. Like, I think, if we're talking first playthroughs, I think every Borderlands game is good on a first playthrough besides New Tales if we're counting it, okay? But I think Borderlands 4 probably has the best first playthrough. It's just, it has a lot less replayability. A lot of Borderlands fans come to Borderlands games for replayability, and because we don't have DLCs yet, and they're taking a really long time to come, and, like, you know, they're not being advertised as well, there's not a lot of hype going on. I feel like it's reflecting a lot more negatively on BL4 than it probably should be. As a BL3 enjoyer, I'm sure I'll enjoy BL4 when I eventually get to it. Yeah, I think you're in actually a great spot, because if you... The thing is, I've always said, since even my earliest review of Borderlands 4, where I'd only played the game for a few hours at that time, I said, if you like Borderlands 3, you're probably going to like Borderlands 4. Whether, like, we have replayability as a thing in there is a completely different discussion. But if you're in for one playthrough, and you really like Borderlands 3, and you've played Borderlands 3 for one playthrough, or a lot of playthroughs, or whatever, you're gonna like Borderlands 4, at least for that first playthrough. I really enjoyed Borderlands 4 on the first playthrough, and I only started getting annoyed at Borderlands 4 when I did subsequent playthroughs, you know? I remember my Rafa playthrough, which was my first, compared to my Vex playthrough, oh my god. It was so much worse on Vex. Mainly because Rafa is a way more fun character than Vex, is what I found out by playing as Vex. Not that Vex was bad, but comparatively, Rafa is just the best by so fucking far. Like, Rafa is way better than every character. Every Vault Hunter. Like, just by so far, it's insane. Rafa is just way better. He is just simply better than everyone else. But yeah. And then by the time I played Harlow as my third playthrough, because I did make a name on before Harlow, but that was just level 30 and then grinded, and I hated doing the grind so much, I was like, fuck it, I might as well do a whole other playthrough. And that third playthrough really fucking killed my enjoyment for Borderlands 4. I was like, I did not really enjoy the Harlow thing so much because, and mainly, the things that are bad about the replayability isn't even the open world. Like, the open world is it's a big contributor to it because it's like, you have to do a lot of the same things, you have to re-unlock a lot of the same things. But, like, that would be forgiven if, like, exploring actually rewarded you a lot better, and the game didn't really force you to do it because of the really annoying level scaling that's in this game for whatever reason, where if you don't do side quests, if you don't do side content, the game will just purposely put itself like 7 levels in front of you, but it never tells you when you're okay, and some side content like bunkers are always scaled like that. So some side content is like, oh sorry, we're forcing you to do this at level 7, but if you don't, like this is actually way higher level than you, so you can't do it. But if you don't do it, everything will still remain to be a higher level, and it's like, what are we doing? Like, so I just have to get every safe house, every silo, farm every single legendary. Oh my god, Alton! I forgot! He owed me that! Yes! Let's go, bro. My fucking man, thank you for the gifted memberships. The best Family Feud team has won. The best Family Feud team has won. That's all I'll say. Hello. My fucking man, Altered. My fucking man. The real winners of the Family Feud. I forgot. That's the real reason I wanted to stream. I was like, I just had an itching feeling. I was like, why do I want to do this? I worked it out. Worked it out finally. Thank you very much, Altered. Very nice of you. Hello. Family Feud is out? Family Feud is not out, but it is recorded. Sparrowad's working on it as we speak, unless he's asleep. I don't know how time zones work, but, like, you know. He could be working on it as we speak. Hello. You and Fish are the real winners? Hell yeah, we are. I'm gonna make sure to clip that and send it to Spouse so we can include it in the video. That's gonna be such a fun video though, I feel. I don't want to say too much. I don't want to spoil it for people in chat, but I will hype it up. I will say, chat, it's gonna be a fucking good video. It's gonna be a good video. I think it will be better than the Jeopardy as well. I think we had some good moments. We had some good moments. Yo, Crucial Slack, welcome to the stream. Welcome to the stream. So let me catch up on chat here a little bit. I've gotten so sick of Borderlands altogether, it's no longer piquing my interest. That's fair enough. I mean, this is kind of a thing where, like, a lot of us kind of burnt ourselves out on Borderlands quite a lot. I mean, I certainly did. Like, I burnt myself out on Borderlands 4 because I played the game for 400 hours, you know? And then, you know, there wasn't really much new content coming out in those 400 hours, so I was bound to get myself burnt out. I think in Borderlands 3, they were able to kind of keep people, like, doing stuff for longer just because of, like, when the DLCs came out. Like, everything was a lot faster. So, you know. Excited for Pearls? I am excited for Pearls. Though I'm really worried for Pearls, though. I'm really worried that it's gonna kind of suck. I don't know. I really hope that the way... Like, how are we getting Pearls? Like, and they haven't had an advertisement about it. You know? It's just like, is it just gonna be, like, Pearls exclusively from, like, bounty pack bosses? Like, how are they doing it? Are they just gonna be world drops? Because if they're world drops, that's so lame. I want Pearls to be a reward for endgame. Like, they need to go to at least into Bloom Reaper's loot pool, you know? But also, if they're doing that, they need to make sure they fix Bloom Reaper having all his loot fall off the map. Like, I don't know. There's so many ways that they could do it, and there's so many ways it can go wrong. So, I don't want to say cautiously optimistic, because I'm not optimistic. I'm just scared. I really want it to be good, because I've been wanting Pearls to return for so fucking long, you know? "17th of March? Pearls come out 17th of March? Honestly, I thought it was, like, way sooner than that, if I'm gonna be real. I thought it was, like, next week. Can't wait for my Unkept Herald Pearl. Yeah, I'm really excited for what they decide to bring back and what new ones that there are. That will be quite huge. But I really hope that they are just super overtuned and all really broken. but it's like, I think there's so many issues with the way that they've rolled out content for Borderlands 4, and one of the main things is, because pearls weren't here at launch, and because we don't have a lot of endgame activities, pearls can't really exist in the way that they should absolutely exist, which is the ultimate endgame reward for sinking hours and hours and hours and hours and hours and hours and hours into the game. It's like, it's the supersonic mentality. I always talk about this, where it's supersonic, yeah, it's in Sonic 2, right? In Sonic 2, the way you unlock Supersonic, you have to do all these special stages, and they're really hard, but you have a lot of opportunities to do it, but they're really fucking hard. So, like, your first time you play through Sonic 2, and, like, first time you beat it, there ain't no way, unless you're cheating, there ain't no way you unlock Supersonic. But if you have played Sonic 2 over and over and over and over and over again, it's your favorite game, and you keep playing, and then you get really good at Sonic 2, then you, by, like, fucking the second level, you will have Supersonic, and you'll just be able to blaze through the game. It's your reward for sinking your time into and becoming good at the game. That's how I feel about pearls. I think pearls should absolutely wipe the floor with everything. I think unnerfed crit knife should be a pearl. That's like how broken I think these pearls should be, you know? Like, I think pearls should be absolutely the best in the game. But the issue with that is that because there's not much content and there's not much endgame content in Borderlands 4, if we have all the pearls super overtuned, then people are just gonna, like, farm the pearls as the only thing that they can possibly do in the game. And then people are gonna get pearls, and then people are gonna do new content after the pearls drop, and then just go, oh, the pearls just make the game too easy, they need to nerf the pearls. And it's like, what the fuck are we doing at that point, you know? It's so... because it's so weird having the pearls come out before the raid bosses, you know? That's why pearls work so good in BL1. There's only one raid boss, and they came out at the same time. And how do you get the pearls? You fight the raid boss. So you have to be really good at Borderlands 1. You have to have a lot of loot and a lot of time synced into Borderlands 1 if you want to get a pearl. BL2 is a different story, but they are still rare in Borderlands 2. But the issue is they're not very good. So none of them are overtuned. Like, barely any of them are good. Like, you can make the Butcher work in hyper-specific builds, and the Becker's alright, Carnage can work on Krieg, but, like, they're all niche, you know? They're all niche uses. None of them are, like, good, you know? Make pearls 10 times rarer than phosphanes? Yeah. That could work. I mean, they need to be extremely rare, but they need to be... the way you need to get them is, like... it needs to be endgame related. Like, if we're not getting pearls from takedowns, we're not getting pearls from raid bosses, what the fuck are we doing? You know? I think what's happening in the bounty pack is that the new one, the Stone Demon or whatever it's called, that one sounds like it's going to be the whatchamacallit? Like, that one, there's gonna be a pearl at the end of that bounty pack, like, so there's gonna be, like, you can farmable pearls in the, like, from, I guess, the ending boss fight there, which makes me think maybe, like, Minister Screw is gonna come. And, like, he'll have a pearl drop as well, which is kind of lame, because he's an extremely easy boss. Also, another thing that I mentioned in my Bloom Reaper video, I say, like, I talk about the future a lot in that video, and like, you know, Borderlands endgame in general. I talk about pearls should absolutely just be locked to the highest UVHM level. Because if they're not, like, what the fuck are we doing, you know? Like, what is the point of having this super endgame reward if you can get it at UVHM 1? You know? What is... like, literally, we have zero reason right now to play the game at UVHM 6 besides the heightened drop rates, which, honestly, I don't even dislike. I think at least there's a reason to do it now, right? At least there's a reason to play on UVHM 6 besides it just being the highest thing, you know? It's not just higher world drop rates, it's also higher dedicated rates, even though those dedicated rates are fucking wild, but, you know. It's a balancing act. It's a balancing act. I'd be fine with 2 or 3 pearls per content drop. I don't know about that. I don't think... but here's the thing. I don't think any pearls or any endgame or anything is coming with the big campaign DLCs. Campaign DLCs are gonna exist solely for, like, really power-crept... like, really power-crept, like, items. You know, we're gonna get the fucking Beacon, Hellshock, Free Radical in those, you know, where more DLCs keep coming out and then they just keep bringing the same gun but better. I feel like that's where that's happening. There are gonna be a bunch of broken class mods in those ones as well. I think that's where those are gonna arrive. But, I mean, that's a good thing about Borderlands 4, though, when you think about it. If every raid boss and every takedown, they're gonna have brand new, like, class mods, I mean, that's a lot of build diversity, just right off the bat. That's a lot of opportunities to do a lot of different things with builds. If they keep giving us new legendary class mods. Like, not every legendary class mod has to be a hit, but they just have to be fun. They just have to be unique. Like, I liked the Overdriver. The Overdriver is just, like, all speed-based. It's not that amazing, like... I feel like it's pretty similar to, like, the Death Stare build when you get down to it. But you do move a lot faster, and instead of aiming down sights to trigger your stickies, you just run really fast, and it's very funny. I'm not saying it's amazing, but it is quite funny. I died! Did you peak 1-to-1 to BL4? Yeah, people will love that. No one would get angry. Though I kind of think though we kind of need a system like that. Something would be nice, you know, where there's like a challenge. I think the issue with peak, at least for me, was that it was very similar every single time you did it, and it was extremely hard. But the thing that was really that I hated about the peak was refarming gear. But with UVHM levels, they literally got rid of that. So they could have done something. They really could have done something. They just didn't want to. They just thought everyone hated UVHM levels. We're not going to do anything like UVHM levels. We're going to do our own thing. And their own thing sucked. Wildcard missions suck. No one wants to do wildcard missions ever. I would love to see the data of how many people have actually decided to play a wildcard mission of their own volition. You know, besides like doing it once to see what it is, and then realizing that it's just replaying a mission. Chaos Chambers, but make enemies ignore health gate. Okay, you joke about Chaos Chambers. I think Chaos Chambers would go hard if they weren't the only endgame opportunity. Like, Chaos Chambers would be a great side thing. But because it was in Wonderlands, it was the only thing. So if you wanted to do anything endgame, you want to get gear at the end of the game, Chaos Chambers. You want to get better gear for the Chaos Chambers, Chaos Chambers. You want to do the endgame systems, Chaos Chambers. You want to fight the raid boss, Chaos Chambers. You know, like everything was Chaos Chambers. You couldn't not do Chaos Chambers at endgame because that was the only endgame. Like if you wanted to farm, you would do Chaos Chambers. If you wanted better armor, you would have to do Chaos Chambers, better shield, better spells. You wanted meta builds, Chaos Chambers. Like, you couldn't do anything without the Chaos Chambers at that endgame. Or at least if you could, it would be way slower and there would be no reason to do it when, you know, you're already in a different situation. No legendary, what the hell, man? UVHM 1 to 5 kept the same, but 6, whatever the amounts they make be a different. Bloom Reaper was 6, Takedown 7 for etc. Yeah, I think though they really do need to rework. I think it would be a very smart idea to rework the first 5 UVHM levels into being something that is actually fun to do. Because Borderlands 4, the best part of Borderlands 4, at least for me, is endgame. And I know you're like, haha, what endgame? But it's like, when I say that, I mean, like, making an endgame build. I think there's a lot of build diversity in this game, and I feel like there's a lot of guns in this game that, you know, a lot of interactions. I think firmware is really fun for, like, for like, making an endgame build. If you do something, and then you have an idea, and then it works, I feel like it's the most satisfying in Borderlands 4. Like, more satisfying than it was in Borderlands 3, more satisfying than even 2 or pre-sequel. I think that's Borderlands 4's main strength, but it's really like, yeah, you really gotta fight to get there because the first 5 UVHM levels fucking suck to do. Like, they're not fun to do at all. At least once you've done 5, and then you can, after UVHM 5, you can do a gear, like, you can start, like, farming gear and stuff with the better drop rates. Like, it's slowly becoming, like, a better endgame experience, but it's, like, emphasis on slowly. Like, really, really slowly. I mean, I haven't played this game in a month, and there's nothing different. Besides the, I guess besides the dedicated drop changes. Because I didn't really want to play the game when I heard about those being new. And I'm of two minds about that. First, I don't want things to be too easy to get, but also I don't want things being too hard to get. I think the dedicated things, it solves maybe an issue for the endgame, but it kind of creates a really weird dichotomy where it's so annoying to farm dedicateds during a story playthrough, which makes replayability even worse, which is already Borderlands 4's like main drawback, like the main bad thing about Borderlands 4, I feel. It's not even slowly, it's sometimes maybe, yeah. I mean, I think there has been a steady improvement from what we had since launch, which was not much. But there has been an improvement, you know? You can't discount everything they do. You gotta take the wins as they come. And then there's also like the big thing that no one ever talks about, where, you know, making a game like this and having a bunch of content come out is extremely hard, and the devs are probably crunching quite a lot to get a lot of this stuff out in time, and yet we're still out here complaining like it's not fast enough. I think maybe the game just needed more time. Like, you know, more time, less crunch is always good for any game. I don't care if games take longer to come out. As long as they do get to come out, and there is minimal crunch involved, or ideally none, that would be good. But that's not really... not everyone can be Insomniac games, you know? Not everyone can be Insomniac. Going from the worst crunch culture in the industry to we now have zero crunch. Or at least, supposedly, zero crunch. Please tell me you're not intentionally shiny farming in UVHM6, my heart. I don't really know what I'm doing. I'm just farming. I guess I'm technically shiny farming. Get fucked. Get fucked. Trust, Atlas. You were saying? Maybe I am. Wait, am I shiny farming in UVHM6? Maybe I am. What do you think about that? Maybe I am. Fuck you, bro. Alright, let me get a, let me drop something here. Cool. Now I have zero reason to ever fight the Biothresher ever again. I can discount it. Literally everything they did to add nothing was an improvement. You can't praise it. I don't know, I think a lot of work goes into games that people just don't ever get to see. I do agree that there should be more, and I feel like, you know, especially when you compare it to any past Borderlands game, besides maybe... No, actually, even pre-sequel. Even pre-sequel had more at this point, which is fucking insane. Because at least pre-sequel had, at this point in its life cycle, like the few months in, it had 2 playable characters and the Holodome. I'm not saying the Holodome is good, but it was there. It was there. The 2 playable characters is where the emphasis is, but like, you know, like... I mean, it had its UVHM upgrade, it had, and then it had its campaign DLC on the way, you know? What month? What was pre-sequel? Did pre-sequel come out October? In 2014? I will never doubt you again, man. Yeah, but okay, but also Atlas, I think didn't like phosphine chances are way higher in UVHM 6 now, aren't they? Because they changed the drop rates. Because the higher the UVHM level, the higher the drop rates, which affect phosphines. Doubting him is generally a good bet. Yeah, but I thought that was what happened in the update. Like, phosphines are really easy to get now. In UVHM 6. 14th of October. Man, I'm fucking good. My pre-sequel knowledge is out. I fucking know my shit. Which I suppose makes sense. Okay. And Claptastic Voyage was 2015. Was that March? I feel like Claptastic Voyage must have been March. That could be wrong, though. Ceramic bod doesn't exist, it can't hurt you. Ooh, I don't know. Wait, I haven't even been using this once. And the other phosphine. Oh, that would have been crazy. Dude, March 24, 2015? Dude, I'm so good at remembering pre-sequel stuff. Hell yeah. So, alright, if we do the math there, how long did it take? How many days or like months after launch is that before pre-sequel had its first campaign DLC? Did pre-sequel actually genuinely have a better endgame than BL4? Because at that point, because when Claptastic Voyage DLC releases, that's basically at the point where pre-sequel is now, where all the most of the dedicated drops got fixed, the grinder was a lot more usable, Thingy was no longer a crutch, you know, that update with Claptastic Voyage fixed a lot of shit, plus glitch weapons, plus class mods, plus, you know, things being better farmable. If you include read-only farming, pre-sequel has decent endgame. Nobody will agree with this, besides me. I mean, and then, but then you compare that to Borderlands 2, and then it's like, oh yeah, we had 3 DLCs out by this time. I think it was probably more like 2, but still. You'll get the point. Sonic Autism and Borderlands Autism, God rest his soul. Don't forget Unbeatable Autism, that's in there too now. That's the best game of all time. I know I glaze it a lot, but chat, like genuinely, play it. It made me emotional. In good ways. I was happy, I was sad. Oh, it made me feel. Games don't make me feel very often. It was very good. It was a very good game. Also very good music. Unbeatable is Sonic Autism also, I think? Absolutely not. That is so that is so mean to all the Unbeatable heads. $151 days from the release when the Claptastic Voyage came out. Great, now we just have to remember Borderlands 4's release date and how many days it's been since then. Alright, let's think. What was it? It was September 12th, 24. I love nuts. Hell yeah, hell yeah. Me too, me too. I feel like I haven't played a Sonic game in a while, actually. It's probably mainly because new ones haven't really been dropping. But that's also a good thing. I mean, that means they're, like, actually gonna, like, work on the thing, you know? They're not, like, rushing them out, which is kind of huge for... Sonic team. Giving them time to work on a game. Actually, insanity. These were the guys who had to make a new game every single year. Culminating in the best game of all time. And what's great about me saying that, leaving it open, everyone thought of a different Sonic game. There was a guy who was thinking 06, there was a guy who was thinking of Forces, there was a guy who was thinking of Lost World, there was a guy who was thinking of a lot of different games, because, wow, yearly releases don't make very good games, apparently. At least not as good games. Because Unleashed, there was a gap. There was a 2-year gap. It's insane they made Unleashed in 2 years, though. That's still probably like one of the nice... That's probably the nicest looking Sonic game, even though it came out in 2008. I kind of miss stylized games like that, you know? Like, when I think, like, Ratchet and Clank Future was, Ratchet and Clank Crack in Time, that was 2009, that was the same year as Borderlands. And yet, one of those games looks like it could have came out today. And one of those games is Borderlands 1. You know? I feel like, realistic art styles are, like... They don't age as well as stuff. I mean, because Sonic Unleashed still looks like a very good game. Like, it still looks good, you know? And that was a 2008 game. Crash Bandicoot Crash of the Titans still lives in my head to this day. I've never seen... Is that one... That must have been one of the ones they made after... Universal got someone else to make it. It was after the Naughty Dog years. Is this the real Cashew? Where have you been? Well, Captain Ducky, I've been working on videos. As you can tell by the singular video that I've been able to get out since the last stream. I'm working on stuff though, I'm working on stuff. Helping out some other people in the community. He's been playing Unbeatable non-stop for 6 days. Well that's true, but like, you know, I've also been working on videos. I can do multiple things. Ugh, chat, you're making me just want to stop this and just play Unbeatable. But Unbeatable is such a bad stream game. Like if I played the story, I think that would be a fun stream game, because there's not too much like there's a lot more story in the story mode, coincidentally, than the arcade mode, which is just like playing through songs. And when they're playing through songs, I have to be like, it's hard to commentate as you're doing it. I don't know how fun that is to watch, to be honest. Like just watching someone be silent trying to beat a rhythm game. I don't know. I can't really read chat at the same time as trying to like beat a hard song. Atlas did redeem Gladstone Fish. It's not coming up on my thing. Oh wait, no, they did. It's because their name changed color. That's crazy. Yeah, bruv. Here you going, man? Oh yeah, bruv. It's on me, Gladstone Fish. I don't know why I did a Maori accent there. That's not Gladstone at all. Oh yeah, brother, get a few fish and chips on your plate. How about at least 6 of them? See, the issue that I have with doing like a Kiwi accent is I can do a Kiwi accent that's pretty good, but I always stutter. I always stutter when I do it. So it has the opportunity to be really good, but then I lose it. I'm gonna die, bro. Oh my days. Maori Gladstone, dude. Oh my days is top 6 sayings. Yeah, no, I agree with that. I agree with that. Oh my days. Okay, let me try and catch up. Sonic used to be Madden for Stockholm Syndrome. I don't even know what that meant. What did he mean? I've never played a Madden game, which should not be very surprising, seeing as I am Australian, and I've never watched American football. How do I keep the action skill up for so long? That is a skill that Rafa has. And now I'm going to try and find it. Is it this one? Yeah, whenever you get a crit, your action skill duration is restored. This is really fucking good. And basically what happens is these guys will automatically crit, so as long as you keep on like aiming, they will just keep themselves up. And also, you know, you scoring crits as well. You have stuff like not that. Sometimes when you have like this, it makes things a little easier as well. But yeah, very fun build, very fun build. And it is really generous as well with how much it gives you back, like, damn. So ideally you can just keep it up forever. Bro, whoever came up with Invulnerability Orb, they gotta be fired by now, right? That's crazy. Invulnerability Orb, huh? Dude, could you imagine how good Wonderland's Chaos Chambers would be without the fucking modifiers? Could you imagine Borderlands 3 without the modifiers? Probably, because it's called Mayhem 11 and it makes the game really good. It makes the end game good in Borderlands 3. Some people still swear by the modifiers. Every now and then someone in chat is like, dude, I love Mayhem 10, why would you ever put on Mayhem 11? I'm like, are you fucking insane? And then, you know, they say a bunch of other stuff I don't agree with. It's crazy. People have like opinions and stuff that aren't just mine. Like, it's insane. Where's your pet kangaroo, Cashew? He's in the shop at the moment. But yeah, it's pretty insane that there are people out there who just like the modifiers. People with the unpopular opinions. Okay, oh. And action skill on purpose to get a free kill. People can have opinions, apparently. It doesn't feel correct, does it? But apparently it's true. I've been hearing about this. Okay, you know what? I've been enjoying this, but let me go to the other one. You, the Phantom Flame. Are you Jacobs? Just check for Jacobs. Right, 7 cents, 7 cents. Alright, that's my only one. Cool, I just wanted to double check. It's a very fun gun when you have your action skill. Bye bye, Cashew. Have fun. I gotta go to practice for video game. Okay, Atlas. You have good time. You have good time, Atlas. Alas. Hello, fellow Vault Hunter. Hello, Perazetta AV. How are you? It's kind of good to just be back on streaming. I kind of just wanted to have a chat, you know? I didn't really want to, like, create, like, a whole, like, reason for streaming, like, start a playthrough or whatever. I think I just wanted to talk to chat today. It's been a while since I've streamed. I think I just need to get back into it, but it's like, sometimes I feel like I need to have a reason to, but I don't really. Sometimes it's better to just stream for the sake of streaming. You're going good? That is actually amazing to hear. I was worried, you know. I was worried, but not anymore. I died. I'm so fucking sad. I wish this was good against bosses. If only. If only you could get stickies on the whatever the fuck that's called. Always forget the name of it. The Phantom Flame, the Phantom Flame. Honestly, I feel like most of the pearls for this game could literally just be, it's X-Gun, but now it has stickies. And it would literally just be the most broken thing of all time. I think for pearls, they should really try and, like, not do too much with stickies. I think they should try and do things that are more unique that this game doesn't have. Give me something like the Flare, but, like, have the damage, like, really crazy. So let me, like, spam the gun. Because Borderlands 4 doesn't have any versions of Jacob's guns like that. Like people really like the quad in Borderlands 2, right? And, like, the Flare in Pre-Sequel where you could kind of just, like, spam it like a pistol. Give me a Jacob shotgun like that as a pearl. That would be super fun. Can Atlas wrap the rest of their Gladstone fish up in aluminum foil? Save it for later? Yeah. Hold on, let me turn this off. I have so many fucking things on my thing nowadays. It's quite annoying. Mayhem 10 would be bad, but the Death Skull is funny, so it's all I play. Dude, the Death Skull is so fucking annoying. I can't find that funny. It just pisses me off. Much like the photo mode of Borderlands 4. See chat? I wrapped it right back around. I've been replaying through Borderlands 2 again. I have to say I played 1 and 2 a whole lot more than 3. Same. I think that's most people, to be honest. Unless 3 was your first game, I think most people have played 1 and 2 more. Maybe not 1, but definitely 2. I'm not sure about Borderlands 4 yet. Have you played it? Or, like, you're not sure you want to buy it, or you're not sure how you feel about it? Because I'll say, to anybody who has not played Borderlands 4 yet, don't buy it. And this is not because Borderlands 4 is a bad game. If you're only in for one playthrough, by all means, just go for it. But if you're in as like a Borderlands fan, you haven't bought Borderlands 4 yet, the best thing that you can do is wait. If you can stand waiting, just keep waiting. Like, because this game will be way better once it actually has a lot more content out. That's the main fucking problem people have with Borderlands 4. They ran out of content too quickly. Because they ran out of content too quickly, they're just kind of sitting here, and they're just like waiting for more stuff to come out. But if you just wait like an extra like 2 years before you buy the game, well, fucking bosh, mate, you're done. The game will be way better at that time. Then you buy it, and then like you won't run out of content. So if you do end up enjoying Borderlands 4 in your first playthrough, you can keep that momentum going in. And if you don't, you don't, you know? You don't really stand to lose anything from waiting. But I feel like if you liked Borderlands 3, you will probably like Borderlands 4 more. Like, not endgame wise, because there isn't much endgame right now. But I think nearly every other way. How you feel about it? That's fair enough. That's fair enough. I have a lot of different opinions on it. I think, because my first playthrough of it was so great. I had a really great first playthrough, but then I think replayability really lets the game down. So, I mean, that's... When you're kind of saying like that, like you say, I played Borderlands 2 and 1 a lot more than I have Borderlands 3. Like, if one of your main things for like what makes a good Borderlands game is its replayability, that's what you've come to like about these games, which, you know, that's true for me as well. Borderlands 4 doesn't really stack up to that, because Borderlands 4 doesn't have good replayability. At least not yet. There's no dialogue skip, there's a lot of wait for dialogue, not as much as BL3, I will say. Which is good, but, you know, it still has it. It's still an issue. Just see 3 months later if you still want to buy it, yeah. That's when Borderlands games are best. That's when Borderlands games are best. And then you don't have to deal with your favorite gun getting nerfed, you know? And then, like, you build all your entire build around just the meta of like one thing, and then like it gets nerfed, and then you don't want to play anymore because you don't know what's good and you don't want to fucking look it up. That's how I stopped playing Wonderlands. I used a relatively meta thing. It included a glitch. They got rid of it, nerfed every item I used. I was like, listen, I know it was a glitch, but you've really left me with nothing. I don't want to play the game anymore. They nerfed too much at once. And they're so aware of that this time around. And they don't want to nerf anything in Borderlands 4. They don't want to nerf anything. They are so scared of losing their player base that it's already dwindling. Because of Borderlands 4. Because of Wonderlands and Borderlands 3's like nerf apocalypse, where like so many players left because they nerfed way too many things at once. Like, I think they're allowed, you guys can nerf stuff. Just like, just nerf stuff like slowly. But I think because there's not too much endgame right now, I think they're just kind of like, whatever, we're keeping the bod the same because like we don't want to piss people off. And now that the longer they leave it, the more people pick up bods and like spend shitloads of time farming elemental bods and like all of this other shit. They failed on the event and the Battle Pass 1 free DLC. Well, that was the thing though. That wasn't supposed to be free. They just realized they fucked up and it was like, no one's going to buy this, so we're going to make it free. Because they realized, oh fuck, there's not enough content here and people will get very mad. So we're going to turn this bad press into good press by giving it out for free. And hopefully get a few more people to come back and play. And it did work. More people came back for Bounty Pack 1 than they did for the Raid Boss. Which is actually fucking insane. And the reason why is because the Raid Boss just came out way later. And a lot more people were just kind of done with Borderlands 4 at that time. Like, there's been a lot more diminishing returns. I'm curious to see how many people come back for the campaign DLC and cash. I feel like that will be probably the biggest jump that we'll get in the series. Yeah, as in like Borderlands 4, like its life cycle. I think that will be the biggest like recovery jump. But after that, I don't see it. I don't see it ever going that far up again. Unless like it becomes like really popular, like they make a DLC so good that everyone starts playing it. But you know, I'll believe it when I see it. I think they've already confirmed that there's going to be no new endgame included in the new DLC, which sucks. There'll definitely be power crept gear because that's like the main way they got people to buy Borderlands 3 DLCs. But power crept gear doesn't mean as much if people aren't playing the game. And also it's power crept gear and it pisses people off. You get a bunch of video essays, probably including one from me at some point, about how power creep is annoying and bad for the game. there's another major content update. There needs to be a shaft. Well, that's the thing. Alright, this is something that is insane to me, right? Because we fucking have one. We fucking have one. Right? Where is it on the map? Like here? Here. We have one. You just can't use, you can't do it when you want to do it though. You can only do it when the game says you can. And it's a weird timed event, like, and like, you know, you have to do like things in the time limit and then, you know, kill all these spider ants or whatever the fuck. Like, it's like, I feel like that is the perfect place to just do Underdome shit, you know? Just make it the Underdome without modifiers. Modifiers have never been fun. And just make it not that long. If you, like, make the arenas not take ages and I can get some gratification, like, not instant, but, like, you know, like, I can just, like, I can play it really quickly and I can, like, say, yeah, I did it. I did that round. I did that mission. Like, make it like Ratchet and Clank arenas. Ratchet and Clank arenas are super fun because they're only, like, do this set thing. And then you do that set thing, you know? It's like, kill 5 rounds with only X gun, you know? With only this rarity of gun, or like something like that, right? Yeah, they could do that. They could make the arena more fun, and then they could the arena could reward you with a lot more money, or with a lot more iridium, and then holy shit, we have an alternative way to get iridium that is actually rewarding and fun to play, and requires you to actually like know how to do the things. And then you could have unique bosses in the arena, or you could have bosses just from the overworld or from the story. Like, come on. Like, come on. It's right there. But the arenas in Borderlands have always sucked. There's never been a good one in my opinion. I never liked Circles of Slaughter, never liked the Underdome, never liked the Holodome. You know, I hated the Slaughter Shafts. And not because the gameplay was bad. I hated the Slaughter Shafts because they were so fucking long. Like, I feel like you spend like 2 hours and you're like halfway through. You feel, by the time you finish wave 1, you're like, oh wait, I didn't just beat the whole thing? Because they're so long. They take forever. If you wanted to farm, like, was it like the Super Shredder Fire? I can't remember, or the Boomsicle. There was like one really good item from the Bandits, or the Shaft in 3. I can't remember what it was. But if you wanted to farm that, like, you had to do all of the rounds first. To just do like one farm, and it's like it's just too much. It's just too much gameplay at once. If you can give me bite-sized things, then I can say I reached the end, but I want to redo it, and I would end up spending the same amount of time as if like it was that long, but instead I would feel a lot more energetic and I'd be more happy to keep on doing it, you know. And then I'd come back because, you know, you can get more dopamine from it or whatever the fuck, you know? I don't really know technical terms, chat. But, like, you know what? I feel like you know what I'm trying to say, though. Like, I feel like bite-sized things are a lot better in games than, like, these really long-form, like, arena challenges. And you can have, like, long-form arena challenges, but make it, like, a separate mission. Why can't there just be, like, mission chains, you know? And, like, mission types in like the mini Underdome. Like I've always wanted like an Underdome to be a part of the hub world, you know, in a Borderlands game. I think I mentioned that in my my dream hub world video. I must have. You know, talking about all the different buildings. Like, I would love for there to just be an Underdome in the middle, because not only is that just like a cool thing to have in the middle of like a town, like as a really cool landmark. Maybe you could climb around it or something. But then also, it's got its own like reason to exist. It's fun. It's fun. It's cool. It's awesome. Even chat. To use a few you know, words. That's why the increased drop rate to 60%. Wait, hold on, let me... Yeah, but in each Battle Pass with unique... Battle Pass? What's BP? Is Battle Pass correct? BP? Bounty Pack. Bounty Pack. There you go, I got there. Yeah, with each Bounty Pack, with unique enemies, yeah. It would be cool if there was at least like one side quest in those, you know, some more alternate challenges that you could do in those, but, you know, like, I don't know what else I really want from a bounty pack. I think at the end of the day, when I think about it, is I don't want a bounty pack. Like, I would rather have no bounty packs, extra endgame content, you know? I'd rather have no bounty packs, character comes earlier, or main campaign DLC came earlier, you know? I don't think the bounty packs deliver enough. Like, they're unique and they're kind of fun and they're kind of cool, and I like how we're getting more character interactions. Like, Rush was fun in his bounty pack, but like, it feels like a one and done. Like, I feel like I do it and then I'm never gonna do it again. Like, because what's the reason to do it? Like, the unique legendaries? Like, why would I ever, even though the Inscriber is pretty good, why would I go out my way to farm an Inscriber when the Chuck is literally the best TDR in the franchise and it will never be beaten unless it's nerfed? You know? But then if you nerf the Chuck, I'm sad. I am so sad if you nerf the Chuck, so don't do it. Chuck's not even close to meta. I mean, it's meta TDR build, but like, you know. That's why... Maybe that's what Quarter 4 was in the roadmap. I have to have another grander at that roadmap. But yeah, I think there's so much that feels like they need to do for the game at the moment. Also, sorry, let me get back to System Has Failed here. I kind of forgot to read their message. Even a game like 3, a game I kind of hate in general, can admit that even that game had content not too long after launch. I mean, they gave people the Malawan takedown, the thing even 2 diehards love. Yeah, exactly. But the Malawan takedown was planned like before the game even released. That's the thing. Like, before the game even released, we knew we were getting the Malawan takedown. We knew we were getting the Halloween event. We knew we were getting Malawan takedown. That was on the first roadmap that we got, and it was a very small roadmap. It was, we got Halloween, we then got a takedown, and then we got DLC 1, and that's going to be a Moxie DLC, guys. And we're like, that's pretty cool, you know? By this point, that DLC would have been released already in Borderlands 3's life cycle. But you also need to appreciate that Borderlands 4 is an open world, right? And the new DLCs aren't just, not gonna be like DLCs of Borderlands 3 and Borderlands 2. There's no level gates. They are making another section of the open world that's just gonna fucking be there, you know? And I would think that it would be smaller than Terminus, Carcadia, and the Fades, but like, I still think that it's gonna be fucking decently sized big, because it's a whole DLC. They gotta really like make sure it's worth it. And because it's a big DLC and they have to make a whole new gigantic map, that's why it's taken so much longer, because there's so much more work that needs to be done. And I'm not saying that, like, I mean, I'm just saying that, like, that's the excuse, you know? That's the reason, not the excuse, I mean, you know? Favorite DLC in 3 was the cowboy one. Everyone says that. I disagree, though. I don't like that DLC very much. I think the story is, like, it's very... The narrator kind of makes me mad. It's kind of annoying. Butcher Rose is such a non-character. I don't know why people like Butcher Rose so much. I think the DLC takes forever to start. I think the story is kind of all over the place, and it's very, like, yeah, it's very just cliche. But then I think everyone at the time of like when that DLC came out, people wanted, BL3 fans really wanted to fucking win, and DLC 3 is not bad. So I think people took that and just started fucking praising the ever-living shit out of it, because they were like, we got it, we did it, we finally got something really good. But like, you know, I didn't really find it to be that good. That's just how I see it, though. My favorite DLC for a while was 4, and that has the least amount of content in it. I just like the story the most. I just like the environments the most, you know? Because at least that felt unique to me. You know, going through Krieg's head, we have all this extra shit. How come I can't do it? Oh, Elemental Eater, right? Yeah, the fucking greatest fucking idea to come out of Randy Pitchford. Because you know it was Randy Pitchford. If the BL4 DLCs are bigger and better, then the longer wait will be worth it, but I don't know if we're gonna get that. Yeah, I mean, I know that the world is definitely probably the thing that's made it, like, take so much longer. Like, the actual world of it is the reason. But we really gotta think, is that, like, the world, or how long is the DLC gonna be? You know? I mean, it's the issue, one of the biggest issues is Ellie is the main fucking factor, right? It's like, how many people really fucking love Ellie? Like, can we just be so for real? Like, Ellie is like, kind of funny side character in 2, a bit of a note, you know, a little bit more of a bigger character in 3. But like, does anybody out here, is anyone that big of an Ellie head, you know? Does anyone go like, oh man, I'm really invested in what Ellie has to say about this, you know? I feel like Ellie's main character trait in 3 that was like not in any of the other games was she basically got turned into Lilith's best friend, like retroactively. But then she's not in Borderlands 4, and she never found Lilith. Will Lilith be in the DLC? I hope not. But it feels like now her main thing is like taken away from her. So she now doesn't really even have an identity. I just don't want to see her. I don't care about Ellie at all. I'd rather try and like bring back a character I do care about, like a previous Vault Hunter, like they did a lot in Borderlands 3, but like don't do it as shit. I'm so sad what they did to Salvador and Axton. Why are they poor? Why are they poor? It doesn't make sense to me, chat. I don't know why they're poor. And they have to fucking host shitty game shows to get by. I hate that as a character beat. Just give me a Salvador DLC. I feel like Salvador has... like, you can tell a good story with Salvador. I feel like there's a lot of potential with Salvador. Or fucking bring back Athena. What is going on with Athena? Athena is like the main catalyst for story in Borderlands now. And yet they're not in the games. They're just not allowing her to be in the games. It's so weird. Ellie, top 10 character, not gonna lie. Not for me. Not for me. I mean, everyone's entitled to their own opinion, but I do not fuck with Ellie. Not because they're a bad character, just because they're not, you know, they're not really anything to me. There is always a chance they ruin her. I don't know how you could ruin Ellie more, to be honest. I mean, how would you ruin Ellie? I feel like they can only go up. And that's not to say Ellie's a terrible character, though it kind of implies that. I think it's more just like, Ellie felt quite one note, especially in Borderlands 3. So, I feel like, to go down, they would just have to be really offensive, and they're not going to do that. So it's like, I feel like you can only go up, as long as you give her character traits, maybe like, have her relationship with Moxie, bring that back a bit, you know? Because that was probably my favorite part of Ellie's character. Relationship with Moxie. How they had quite like a unique thing, like compared to Scooter and Moxie. Or even Ellie and Scooter. Like, I really like the interactions in the wedding day thing. Whatever it is. Bounty. Pack. What are they called? Headhunters. Jeez. Also, screw Arms Race, both as a mode and what they did to Accident and Sal. Just awful. I don't hate Arms Race as a thing, I think it's quite fun, but I really hate any story context behind Arms Race. I think Arms Race could have been better if like it kept on getting like more stuff added to it, like if there was more than just the one map. And if it wasn't really formulaic with like the same things dropping from the same places, but I think that's the only way you could have done that to make it like not awful. It also made like endgame in Borderlands 4 be like instant you're at the end because you know everything's scaled, so you just turn Mayhem 11 on, you hop into Arms Race, done. You are now at the end game because you have found a plasma coil in Arms Race, and you have successfully extracted your plasma coil. You have the best gun in the game at the max Mayhem level. There is zero reason to do Mayhem 1 to 10. You should always just go instantly to 11. Grab yourself a crit, grab yourself, like, any arms race gun that you like, and you're fucking there. And then you can farm any class mod you want from there. You can probably get your Revolter pretty easily, you know. It's very easy to make a meta build in Borderlands 3. That's the thing I don't like about Borderlands 3 as well, where I feel like, because it's so easy to do the similar thing, like, I feel like a lot of build diversity gets left behind. Not to say that Borderlands 3 does not have build diversity, because it does, but I feel like I have less reason to interact with the build diversity as it is there, when every character can just have an action skill activate anoint, and then they just do their action skill, and then they get, like, the 150% bonus damage increase, you know, and they can just do that, and they can all use the same weapons, and, like, I mean, you can do, like, more, like, focused stuff, like radiation flak, but I feel like it's never as good as just doing, like, rack attack with the bonus anoints, you know. I always found that to just be, like, you just have the bonus annoyance, like, you know, you can do that with Mantis Cannon, you can do that with Phase Grass, you can do that with rack attack, you can do it with Iron Bear, sort of, but you have to exit Iron Bear, so it takes a little bit longer. So you're more likely as Moes to do your more, like, splash damage or Iron Bear centered builds, just because you're more, like, encouraged to do it, because it kind of takes a little bit longer to do the other ones. But every character can do those builds. Like, that's a build every character can do. With every single gun, every single way. No reason to do it any differently. And that's something I didn't like about Borderlands 3. I think Borderlands 4 improved on that a lot. Like, I think, like, build diversity, like, the differences I really felt in all the different characters, you know? Though I think Rafa gets way better than other characters way quicker. Vex takes forever to get good. Harlow takes not that long to get broken, but then, like, once you are broken with, like, the generator, I feel like that's it for a while. Amon takes a while to get good as well. I think though Amon is more immediately good than Vex, but then the drop-off is a lot more for Amon, where they don't go as high as Vex does. Because they're kind of, so many of their skill, like, you want to do, like, cryo build? Fuck you! You know? There's a lot of builds that just don't work at endgame. You should really just be doing the ordnance stuff. Otherwise, it just won't work. Oh, I downed? And no legendary? Damn. What they are doing with Telenus now? Oh, Tannis? Hopefully nothing. I don't like Tannis. Tannis is annoying. And they made Tannis really annoying in 3. Like, Tannis was kind of endearing in 1, endearing in 2. But, you know, a lot more jokey in 2. And then, in 3, they went overboard with it, and I do not like Tannis at all anymore. Tannis is such, like, a fucking, like, arsepool every time, because they just use the fact that she is smart character, and then she can just explain something, you know, and then it's like, oh, wait, you guys, I know I've never talked about this before, but have you guys heard of the lost planet of Necrotafeo? No, Tannis, what are you talking about? I think we should go to the lost planet of Necrotafeo. Also, I'm a siren. This is never going to come up again or have any plot relevance at all, actually. Even though one of the main antagonists can steal siren powers. That's not even a threat. I'm just going to keep on showing up to the things and get kidnapped by them, but not get but also, even though I'm kidnapped by the sirens, they don't know I'm a siren, even though they could just check for tattoos. And they could see me absorb the fucking powers of the Vault Monster. They saw that happen, and then they kidnapped her, and then they didn't take her powers, even though, you know, like, why did they not kill Tannis? Why did they not do it? Odd. Very odd. But then you do get the best mission in Borderlands 3, being carnivorous, so, I mean, you know. I think Tannis is just such, like, I think Tannis sucks. I don't want to see Tannis. It's like how I didn't want to see Lilith, and then the fact that Lilith was like lost in time and space was honestly really good for this story, because no one wanted to see Ava, no one wanted to see Lilith, and we didn't get Ava or Lilith. We got a pretty self-contained story, and I think the game is better off for having a self-contained story. I know a lot of people are like, oh, but I wanted to see Ava with the redemption arc, and I think that can still happen. I don't think Ava is an irredeemable character, but I think once, now that like Ava, next time they're going to show up is going to be a lot older, I think their character can be a lot better. Like, just like, yeah, that's just 100% agree. Hell yeah. I feel like Gearbox saw all of the fans speculating her getting Angel's powers and always loved her, so they just winged it. Well, the only reason why people speculated that is because, you know, it was happening. There was a Battleborn Easter egg that said Tannis is not what she seems, and then they were like, then they had a lot of hints in a lot of different parts that Tannis would be a siren. So like we kind of suspected that was going to happen, and so that would have been a plan for a while to turn Tannis into a siren. But I think the story for Borderlands 4 probably got mixed around quite a lot. I mean, you can tell the last act of Borderlands 4 makes not Borderlands 4. Well, actually, it does. I can say the same thing about Borderlands 4, but not to the extent as I can with Borderlands 3, where the last act of Borderlands 3 makes zero fucking sense. Like, it is just arsepool after arsepool after arsepool. We killed Troy, even though the entire game has been building up Troy as like wanting to take over Tyrene. He just doesn't do it. He just like, oh, I died, sorry. And then Tyrene lives, you know, and then they're like, random Deus Ex Machina, Typhon de Leon had an echo conveniently like in a pillar that got blown up, and then it's like, oh great, there's an echo of Typhon de Leon. He gave us the coordinates to the lost planet of Necrotafeo, which has never been mentioned up until this point. Brand new location. Shit, it's like... And then they're just like, they have to quickly end it, and they're like, Ava got her powers back, got her powers because Maya wanted her to have the powers. She didn't know how that happened, but, you know, she didn't want to explain it either. Oh my god. And then, Tyrene, instead of doing her entire plan that she explained to the Vault Hunters, where she absorbed the Destroyer's powers, she actually just became the Destroyer. She just got eaten by the Destroyer, and that turned her into the Destroyer. And also the thing with, if they opened the Great Vault, it would destroy Pandora, but then they opened the Great Vault and it didn't destroy Pandora. There's a lot of things. There's a lot of none of the last act of Borderlands 3 makes any sense if you put it under any scrutiny at all. And I think it's because the game, I think it got rushed, and like the script had to be finished at a certain time, and then it was like, and then they had to do rewrites, and then they had to make other things make sense because different levels probably got made, and then they're like, okay, we're gonna do this, we're gonna do that, and then but when you try and put it all together, it didn't quite mix, and they needed more time to make that make sense, but they didn't have that time, is what it felt like. Borderlands 4 feels very similarly, where the ending of Borderlands 4 really just takes the wind out of its sails. It feels like it just happens, you know? Where like there is a lot of build up, but I think they try to push the everything breaks thing way too much. And that's another thing where if you think about it too much, it doesn't actually make sense, because your playable Vault Hunter says that, and then immediately, like, this is the story, immediately Zadra thinks, oh, that's kind of a cool thing that Rafa said. Let me immediately change all of my passwords to everything breaks, and also I'm gonna die, and also that's gonna be my final words. But also, even though that was my final words, when I died, I left a conveniently placed echo where, if you're hearing this, I must have died. And also, you should continue my work at this internet cafe, which is conveniently placed not too far from where you currently are. What the fuck are we talking about? Also, I'm not going to tell you my password, but thankfully, I changed my password to the thing you said that one time that for some reason you remembered. What the fuck are we talking about? What are we actually talking about? And then RJ, the thing that's been built up as like, this guy's gonna be the true final boss, is gonna kill the Timekeeper like he was planning to do all this time, but it's gonna be for the wrong reasons, and it's gonna be cool. Then that just gets forgotten about. We kill the Timekeeper. We don't team up with RJ. RJ's just like, we need to kill you because I can't let you save Lilith, even though you already saved Lilith. He's just like, fuck it, I'm mad, I want to kill you now. And then we just kill RJ. Like, we couldn't have even left RJ as an open plot point, as like this really cool thing. Like, RJ's my favorite part of the story, and we just kill him for no fucking reason, it feels like. We kill him because he's trying to kill us, I guess, but it's like, we could have done better. We could have done better. There was so much we could have done, but we just didn't do it. You might hate this idea, but what if Ava changed her name to Vex and that's who we play as, the new Siren? Well, no, I mean, yeah, I mean, I don't really like that idea, but mainly because we know it's not correct. Because Vex is their own character, they have different powers. Like, a Siren can't change their powers, you know? They get the powers they're given. They either inherit powers from another Siren, or they're randomly chosen in universe lottery and get new ones. As the law has now been changed to. Also, Malawan found it for some reason. Malawan found what? Sorry, I think I've been ranting for a while. I think the message was sent quite a while ago. My bad, my bad. Oh, Necrotafeo, right, yeah. Also Malawan's there for some reason. Oh, I'm out of money, what? Suppose I could sell some of this stuff, but I don't have any inventory room. Very annoying. I think we need more inventory space in this game. It's very annoying. Necrotafeo. Eat the live planet of Necrotafeo. So I don't want to get rid of any of the stuff I got. Get rid of that. Blender maker. No, get rid of that. Arcane coil, can always get rid of that. Sell these. I don't even know why I have that. It's not even good. See, that right there is a lot better. I think I already have a better version. Mate, you know what I haven't been doing? I haven't been doing that. It's been a while. It's crazy how rough BL3's main story was, meanwhile all the DLCs are goated. Well, the cowboy one is okay. Nah. I mean, maybe a few of the stories are better. I don't think there's that much of an improvement in the DLC. I think a lot of them are not. Freddy sucks in DLC 1. If anyone, Freddy, Pretty Boy, not very good. Not very good in my opinion. But that one gets a pass because Jack is good in that. Like, Timothy Lawrence, pretty good. He's pretty good. But also, Arspel after Arspel in that one as well. Ember sucks. Her whole thing is that she really likes fire. And as much of a fan as I am of Flame Knuckle, I gotta say, she is really just worse Flame Knuckle. She's French and she likes fire. That's her entire character. And it's like, you could have done maybe like something, you know, like she had like a backstory besides just liking fire. But no, then you got the mayor who talks kind of weird and likes clothes, but also never talks about the fact that he likes clothes. That's not a character trait, that's just a thing he can do so the story can progress, you know? Trash Atlantis as like a whole... the whole thing is like... feels very second location, but that one makes more sense than fucking a lot of the other story. I like the story of 4. I will say that. I like the story of DLC 4. Krieg DLC is decent, and I do like the story of DLC 2 actually. I think Eleanor sucks as a villain though. Eleanor in the Heart, like, who cares? Who really fucking cares? But I think the actual themes of like doubt that like kind of permeate the whole thing are pretty good. Like with like you get one-on-one time with Wainwright, you get one-on-one time with Hammerlock. They both have their own doubts, but then you know they're stronger because of it at the end of the thing. I think that's kind of cute. I like that. I like that. But you know, it's like it's not a fucking masterpiece or anything like that. But it's all right. I don't hate it. I don't hate it. Jack, Timothy, gear, and overall aesthetic were my favorite parts of DLC 1. Yeah, fair enough. But if we're talking like just story-wise though, like I don't think, if you're saying main story compared to the other ones, I think DLCs are definitely better, but like it's still Borderlands 3 at the end of the day. They still have a lot of the same like waiting around, but nothing as insane as like waiting for Lilith. There is the beginning of DLC 3, which takes forever to get to the main town, and then once you get to the main town, you do your little scripted bar fight, which is quite fun the first time, but then you have to walk with the sheriff for like ages before he gets like ambushed and killed. Like it's like my god, like can we get to the fun part? Why do you talk for so long? Why do we have to exposit all this dialogue? We could have found a better way, surely. Surely there was a better way. Maybe there wasn't though. I'm not a doctor. I just play these games. I think when we look at the DLCs and the overall series, BL3 had the best overall. Nah, I disagree. 2 had way better. And if we're saying overall as like an average, I think Pre-Sequel technically has overall best DLCs because their one DLC, the one campaign DLC that it has, is the best in the franchise. So if we're averaging them all out, like I think Pre-Sequel wins by default because there's only one. I think Claptastic Voyage absolutely is the best. But I think if we're talking about whole DLCs as a package, like, you know, and we're including how many there are, BL2 had way better than 3, in my opinion. I think BL2 did good with gear. Like, a lot of gear wasn't power crept, but it was still, you could use a lot of that gear in endgame. You know, it didn't, nothing in those made, there were a lot of, like, really fun ones. Tina DLC annoys me. I think you're very much in the minority of that, sorry. I like that one. I think story-wise, that's the best DLC they've ever made. That's very fun. I think the interactions between Lilith, Brick, and Mordecai really make it, you know. I think the themes of, like, grief work really well for it. I mean, I think I just like all of them, though, when I really stop to think about it. Is this a Honey Bunches, by the way? Nah, it's a Spew Crew. Should have known. Spew Crew? Spew Crew? Any of these good? That one seemed pretty good. Still gonna sell it. Yeah, I'm out of space again. Claptastic is the best? Absolutely, Claptastic is the best. I wonder how BL4's perception will change if the new DLC for Borderlands 4 is better than Claptastic Voyage. I think that will be... It's an extremely tough act to follow, but if it's like the best DLC ever, where does that leave us? Because the thing about Pre-Sequel, right? Well, the thing about Claptastic Voyage is that one of the things that we say that the best DLCs all have is endgame, right? They have endgame. They have like a raid boss attached to them or something like that. One thing I hate about Borderlands 3 DLCs, none of them had any endgame at all. Few of them had some tough bosses at the ends, like Ruiner is like a mini raid boss, sort of, so that kind of scratches the itch a little bit. It was good for like XP farming and Iridium farming, but there's never like a raid boss, you know, that was always like a separate thing. But Pre-Sequel kind of toes the line, where at the end of the story, you fight Eclipse and EOS, which technically, they are not a raid boss, but they are so fucking hard. Like, if you're not ready for that fight, they are probably the hardest fight you will ever have in the Borderlands series. And that shit, it's like they make you fight Terramorphous at the end of the campaign to beat it. And I fucking love that, because beating that for the first time is a fucking moment. You know, you don't really get hard challenges in Borderlands games very much. You don't really get those hard, like, oh man, it took me ages, but I finally did it. You don't get that in Borderlands, especially with DLCs, because people are already, like maxed out by the time that the DLC is, like, releasing. But that's something about pre-sequel that I really appreciate, where I was able to have that moment the first time I beat the Claptrap DLC, where it took me a long time to beat Eclipse, and then EOS was the second phase, and I was like, there's a second phase? And, like, I finally did it, and it was a very, very rewarding experience. Honey bunches, yo. Grab that. Also, chat, do let me know if the background is getting a bit annoying and you want to see something else. Maybe not annoying, but just boring. If you want a bit of spice, let me know. I can, like, farm something else, or, like, do something else, like maybe fight raid boss or something. Maybe we could try and make my Harlow build not shit. Most of the DLC in 2 was worth playing through with each new run. The fact you need to complete their main quest to gain access to the raid boss, who most of all have something worth, helps. Yes, absolutely. Because, I mean, that's a reward for playing through the DLC. That makes replayability. That gives the game replayability. Because not only if I'm playing the game again, it gives me a reason. If I want to say that, like, I beat this character, then I have to say that I beat the DLC on that character. Not just because the DLC is there, but because that's where the endgame content is, you know? I think that really helps replayability, and I think, you know, if Borderlands 4 is out here saying we don't care about that specifically, well, I think that's an issue. I think that's an issue, because that's, like, a very fundamental building block on Borderlands, you know? That's what people come to the series for. That's what the big Borderlands heads love about the game most. We just fucking replay Borderlands 2 all the time, pre-sequel all the time, even BL3 all the time. People love their Borderlands games. They replay them over and over again. But when 4 doesn't have that replayability, it becomes kind of defaulted as one of the worst games, even though it is literally fundamentally better than Borderlands 3, in my opinion. But does it lose out in a tier list for me? Is Borderlands 3 a better game than Borderlands 4 just because Borderlands 3 has more content and is more replayable? I don't know. In terms of this BL4 DLC being that good? Yeah. But, like, that's the thing. We already know we're not getting any endgame content in the new DLC. People have been asking for it. People have been really wanting it. But, you know, they're like, I saw a tweet today, where I think it was the community manager Noel saying, what are you hoping to see in the new DLC? And a lot of people, I think including K6, were talking about, like, including me, we're talking about, will there be endgame content? And they didn't say no, but they showed the, they showed the sign. They showed their roadmap, and the tagline was "taps the sign." So I feel like that just means no. I feel like that means no, we're not getting any endgame activities in this DLC, which means the only reason to do it on replay would be gear. So the only thing that's going to happen is maybe power creep if we're not going, like, unique ways, you know? But I think Borderlands 4 does need some more gear, though. I think Borderlands 4 would really benefit from having a larger meta than what we currently do, where it's all just stickies. I think we should really go away from making new stickies and, like, having less stickies in general, because when every boss can just be beaten by me doing this, go, yeah, I guess that's enough, and then I just do this, and then boom, and then aim down sights, I guess, dead, you know? It's kind of, yeah, it's kind of not that good. People should be able to make really, really good builds with non-meta. Which I think you can in Borderlands 4, but it's very hard. It's very hard, and you can't, like, really wipe bosses like that. You really do need the meta for that. We need to get off Pandora. We are on Pandora. I feel like there isn't much to tell anymore unless we play people during the corporate wars. Yeah, I'd love that. As like a mini, like, Borderlands linear experience. I'd love that. That would be super fun. But yeah, that's one of the things I like about Borderlands 4's story, though. Not on Pandora. I agree with you. I think we don't need to be on Pandora anymore. I think sometimes, like, being on Pandora could be good. I'm not saying never return, but I'm saying nearly everything has been there. And we've done so much about the planet itself and how fucking important Pandora is that, like, it might be better to just, like, I don't know. I completely forgot what I was talking about, chat. Mid-sentence, completely forgot what I was saying. Something about Pandora. Yeah. I just think that, like, being Pandora, we've told basically every story there. I feel like we don't need any more. Right, I mean, there's not that much to tell specifically about the planet itself. I feel like we've delved so deep into it and, like, everything about it that, like, going to other places was just for the best. Like, and not being on Pandora really allowed Borderlands 4 specifically to be a lot more of its own story, a lot more of its own thing. Very much way more self-contained about how, you know, the Crimson Raiders did crash land on Kairos or whatever, you know, they're trying to find Lilith here. But, like, you, as Rafa, are only here, not because of the Crimson Raiders. You're here because there's vaults on Kairos and you heard about this and you just want to fucking find some vaults, mate. You're just your own guy, and then you find RJ and he saves you and you're like, oh shit, this is kind of cool. And then you're like, okay, maybe I will stop this evil dictator. Maybe I will do that, you know? And then I feel like it's very natural. I feel the story is very natural, the way it starts and the way it continues, and, you know, the way that, like, the character of, like, your playable Vault Hunter would want to take down the Timekeeper because A, they imprisoned you, B, they killed your new best friend, RJ, in front of your eyes, using your hands. Well, actually, well, only for a little bit, and then, like, you know, he got him to just shoot himself, but, you know, but he didn't die, and then blah, 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 the story. But, like, you know, I feel like the story of Borderlands 4 actually pretty decent. The things that aren't good about it, though, really just culminate in the end. And the ending is very not good. I kind of want to make a video on it, but I'm not, like, I'm not a story person. Like, I got opinions on the story, but I'm no, like, fucking reviewer, you know? I'm no story analyst. So, when I say, I kind of find it hard to say things about story where it's not just like, this sucks, this is good. And I don't know why. But that's how I feel. Something like that, you know? Chat, watch me get a shiny. It's gonna happen, we're getting a shiny. Damn it. I have returns. Welcome back, Hypnosis Marcus. Nice fridge too. Why I got 6 channel points? Scary. Damn. That is kind of scary. How you going, Fridge? Good to see you. Also, Jack Burton. The other planets were the best parts of BL3. I agree. I mean, the amount of people who complained about Eden 6. But, like, you know, I think Eden 6 is bad gameplay-wise and story-wise, not actually the planet itself. The planet itself is really, like, it's really unique. It's really cool. It's fun to explore. You know, it's got way more of its own history than some of the other planets, and I find that really fun. But then, but then you have the fact that the entire story of Eden 6 is like, after you like meet up with Wainwright, they're just like, hey, can you just do a bunch of monotonous bullshit for no reason? Like, Ambermeyer is complete filler. Ice-T, complete filler. Going Rogue is Ambermeyer, actually, but it's still filler. Guns of Reliance, complete filler. Anything Clay related is always filler. Even though you do get vault keys out of it, it feels really fillery. Like, it feels like, I didn't need to do this. You know, why is there an extra vault key in Eden 6 anyways? Or why is there an extra vault key fragment in Eden 6? When there was 3 in the other one, and that made sense. But why is there a 4th one, and why do I have to go fucking with Ice-T, and I have to fight Ice-T's fucking genocidal, really cringe girlfriend? Like, I don't. This isn't what I signed up for. And then she, for some reason, got brought back in Borderlands 4 because, you know, Gearbox knows what the fans want. I'm actually looking forward to content in BP2. What's BP2? Oh, Battle Pack 2? That would make sense. That will hold me until the major content update, but if there's no endgame in the major content update, I'll be disappointed. Well, I don't mean to disappoint you too early, but I think they've already confirmed that there isn't going to be any major endgame content on Twitter. They've kind of alluded. They haven't said anything outright, but they have definitely alluded to the fact that maybe there isn't like real endgame stuff, because the first thing that comes out after the after Bounty Pack 2 is a raid boss, and the first thing that comes out after that is a takedown. So I mean, I think they're kind of like, what do you mean? What do you mean have it in the DLC? We're making it and it's coming out after the DLC. Oh my god, I got so confused there when you said nice fridge. I thought you were talking to me because recently I got a new mini fridge in my room. I was like, wait, how the fuck did you know I got a new fridge? Hey, it's a nice fridge. And that's the reason why I named myself that. Now that has happened, I can finally change my tag. Holy shit, I've known you for years, nice fridge. Actually years. And that's the first time that's happened. That is insane. I respect the... I respect the bit. That's amazing. One of these days there will be a payoff, and they were right. Do you feel like shinies drop like candy? Not really. I mean, I had that a little. I had that feeling when in that first like dedicated drop boost that was only for like a week. I felt like that then, but this is my first time really farming shinies, non-big encore, since the new dedicated drop change. And I have got one shiny. I got a bugbear today, but I mean, I've been streaming for a while. I still have not yet to get the other one. Xbox mini fridge. Legit thought Cashew was spying on me. Yeah, I would never. I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do that. I think I'm clear. I wouldn't do that. I mean, that would just be so lame. I would never do something lame, chat. The hell, man? Just trying to zoom over here. You don't like a guy zooming? Let me zoom, bro. Let people zoom. Damn, didn't get a crit. But here we go. Back to playing the game as intended. Not aiming, and then just kind of spamming in general directions. Because the gun aims itself and never misses. Boo, you didn't insta-die. That's annoying, that's annoying. I said that's annoying, it's annoying. Don't do things that are annoying. They're like not cool and stuff. Alright, here we go. Everyone's about to die. Holy shit, bro, how many fucking... How many fucking things did I spawn for that to not just go? It'll drop. But chat, are you excited for like upcoming Borderlands 4 stuff? Like genuinely, are you excited for Pearls? Are you excited for the next DLC? Or are you kind of indifferent right now? Are you kind of like, am I really gonna get back on Borderlands 4? I kind of enjoyed my time with it, but I don't know. I feel like I'm kind of done. Maybe the new DLC will get you in. I think that's a big thing though. I think a big portion of Borderlands fans always do this, where they're actually not, if it was like any other game, right? And like they just bought the base game and then DLCs come out, they probably wouldn't buy the DLC if they weren't really feeling it. But a lot of Borderlands fans preemptively pre-order the game and then pre-order the super deluxe version of the game, so then they have all the DLCs, they already have them. So they're like, I guess I'll play it. I mean, I own it. And then that brings them back in. I feel like that happened a lot in Borderlands 3. Where a lot of people who were kind of checked out played it anyway because they bought the Super Deluxe version. Oh, double drop. In this economy? Bro, I'm just trying to pick up some loot, man. Like, who are you, badass cannoneer? I'm indifferent still? Yeah. That's sad, but yeah, makes sense. I want to get excited for Pearls, but I feel like I just don't see a way in Borderlands 4's current economy where it works really well for the game. I think there needs to be more content to complement the Pearls, like more endgame bosses. Because if I'm farming world drop Pearls, that's not a fun experience. That's just like, I'm farming random shit and hoping I get one to drop. That's not something that I can like, I can go, alright, we're pearl farming today, and then I just go, fuck, I guess I'll kill this bandit over here, you know, like what? Like, I don't want to just like farm, I don't want to do grave ward farming for pearls, you know? No one wants to do grave ward farming for pearls. So, like, I want to fight a raid boss for pearls. I want to earn my pearls. I want to, like, you know, I want there to be a loot room at the end of a takedown. Can we do that, please? Like, legit, I had this idea, like, years ago, and I had this in my, like, dream endgame video. And I came up with this idea for the endgame, and I love it so much. I think when you beat a takedown, you should get a loot room. I think that would be awesome. In the most ideal world, like the best endgame to ever exist for a Borderlands game, I think what would be best would be you have a takedown for every manufacturer in the game, and in those takedowns, you have a higher chance of getting the manufacturer. Yeah, like legendaries or like uniques or whatever of the manufacturer that takedown is. So you're doing the Malawine takedown, you get to that loot room, you're more likely to get some Malawine legendaries. You know? They've got a bunch of unique ones as well, of course. That's a way to get pearls. There are raid bosses in them, but they're also super rare from all sources. From all sources that they can drop from, they need to be super rare. So, you know, the loot room at the end of a takedown is really rare. You know? To get pearls from, but it's possible. Yeah, when you have just like specific places that you can get pearls from. That's what's important, right? I think they tried the loot room with Bloom Reaper, but yeah, lol. No, but that's not a loot room. That's 4 chests. That you get more chests depending on how good you do. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about just like a full-on fucking Nox armory, you know, that has a chance. I think I'm mixing ideas. I think the original idea that I had was, and this can't be done in Borderlands 4 now because they don't have enough raid bosses in the game, but basically they would have an arena like your slaughter shaft or your Underdome, right? And one of the settings that you can do on that is a raid boss rush mode, where you can fight all of the raid bosses in the game back to back, and if you can do that, you beat every raid boss without dying, then you get a Nox style armory without a timer, and you just get to loot all of it at your own pace, tons of it, and that there is a slightly higher chance for pearls to drop in that armory. So then it's like the ultimate challenge you need, because ideally, right, to unlock the raid boss in the Underdome, you would need to beat them at least first at their arena normally. So then, what that means is you have to beat all the endgame content before you can get the best way to farm the endgame reward. And I'm like, dude, if only video games weren't so fucking expensive to make, and it wasn't so hard for an idea like that to actually be implemented properly, because there is no way that is ever even like a possibility of happening, mainly because like the game just would not be able to handle that. That is so much extra content on top of already having a story. The only way that makes sense is if the entire game didn't have a story and instead it was just the end game experience, which I would not be that sad about. You know, I would absolutely love that. I know. I come up with so many good ideas for Borderlands Endgame, and then I always get sad that they don't exist. Nox Armory was the best in terms of being able to farm legendaries, or if lucky pink weapons. There were no pink weapons in the Nox Armory. I think you mean pearls. Probably. That would make sense. But yeah. Nox Armory was really the best for that. Borderlands 1 knew what was up. Like, chest farms are fun. Chest farms as a reward is really good, but you need a lot of chests for that to be rewarding. You can't just give me like 5 chests. You can't just give me 4 chests and then think that like it's gonna be all good, you know? Give me a chest fucking room, dude. Give me an armory that I have to earn, you know? Because the thing about having an armory where you have like fucking like whatever, like how many ever, you have like 20 chests in there, and then those chests have the higher chance of dropping pearls. The issue that you would have is that, well, it would be everyone would just do that, but then you make it super hard to unlock that armory, you know? You have to be in your max UVHM level. You know, you have to kill at least all the raid bosses once. Really gatekeep it. Really gatekeep it so only the people who spend the most time can earn that crazy good reward. So if you see someone who has that in their game, you're like, this is a guy who has played the game the most. There's like certain prestige to just like holding a pearl on your character. That would be cool. That would be cool. They're not doing that though. There's no way they do anything that cool. Because A, it's impossible with only having one raid boss in the game, but B, even if they did have multiple raid bosses in the game, they wouldn't do it. I have no idea how pearls are going to drop. They won't give us any information about it, even though it's kind of coming out pretty soon. Like, give me a fucking advertisement about it, like, before the fucking game, before it, like, actually, like, you know, drops, you know? Because with all of the Borderlands stuff so far that's come out, we've had either they announce it at PAX, and then we get a trailer on the day. And if they don't announce it at PAX, then we just get a trailer on the day. And it's like, and the only reason you would know about it before is because you would have had to read the content calendars. And I'm just like, dude, that's not fun. That doesn't generate hype. That's just like, oh, that's happening. Maybe I'll play the game, I guess, maybe. You know? I legit haven't played any Borderlands games in quite a while. Been playing Minecraft. Fair enough. Minecraft fun. I found out there were bees in Minecraft the other day, and there were pandas. That shit's crazy. I remember when they added horses. And then I looked up what year horses came out, and that fucked with me. Because I was like, wait, aren't horses like new? And like, horses are not new. There's like so much extra shit in Minecraft that I've never even seen. It hurts me on like a physical level, on like a cellular level, how much extra shit there is. I mean, I've played Minecraft since horses were added, right? But that's the last update I remember like giving a shit about. And then it's like, I played on a server with a bunch of friends, but I didn't know any. Like, the new stuff was there, but I never interacted. I remember seeing there was a turtle. I accidentally killed the turtle, and then I wore the turtle's shell as a hat, and I was like, what the fuck? And that's the only new piece of content since horses I've interacted with. And I guess one of my friends had netherite armor. I had no idea how the fuck they get that. I guess you mine it in the nether would make sense. But yeah, I don't know. I got no idea. You should legit do a Minecraft stream now. It would be hilarious seeing your reaction to modern Minecraft. That would be fun. That would be fun. Zombies with spears? Or are that the like the guys on the water? I remember seeing those guys. Freaked me out. Okay, actually, something that happened in the last server that is actually new to me. Why the fuck? Like, why the fuck are there those flying freaks that just scream and, like, attack you at night if you don't sleep? What a shit idea. Those guys suck. They're not fun to fight because they fly and, like, they take ever. They're super loud. They're really annoying. And then if you want to get rid of them, you can't sleep because monsters nearby. Like, what the fuck is going on with that shit? I hate those guys. Those guys are actually the worst. And then like you wake up after and then like they're still on fire, they're still screaming. You're like, what is the point of those guys? I have no idea what they're called. They're little bat dudes. Phantoms, nobody likes them. I don't even know why they would add something like that. It feels just so nonsensical. I hate them too. Yeah, fair. Yeah. It was probably like 2021, I gotta say, probably the last time I played Minecraft. That sounds about right. 2021. It would be cool to have like a community server, but I don't know if this ain't that kind of community, I don't think.
They're all Borderlands heads. I feel like there'll definitely be a few people who would do it, but there's always the thing where like it would cost a lot of money to set up, and then it's the way that Minecraft servers always happen, right? Where you start it, you start having some fun, and then everyone gets bored, and then it becomes fucking dead after a while because people aren't playing on it. The only way it stays alive is if everybody keeps playing it, because the more people who are playing it, the more people want to play it. So as soon as like one person drops out and like hasn't played in a while, it becomes a lot harder to keep going. Tell them about the warden? What the fuck's the warden? I got jails? Honestly, don't tell me any of this shit, because I'll discover it. If I ever do a Minecraft stream, I'll discover it on my own, and then I can shit my pants. That would be fun. I would love to do more like variety stuff. That would be really good if I could break out of Borderlands and like actually make like YouTube videos and shit on that, and then just like keep that going as cashew instead of just being Borderlands exclusive. It's hard to see it happening. It is hard to see it happening, I won't lie, but I would really like to be able to break out. But it's hard. It's hard because it's like, you know, I built up the niche in Borderlands. I still really do like Borderlands. You know, I still want to make these videos, these big collab ones, but like, it's always the goal to like want to do variety, but variety is such like a fucking like how like I feel like I need to be gigantic. I need like 100,000 subscribers before I can break into variety and actually do any well for people to just like watch videos just for me and not for the game, you know? I feel like I need to be way bigger than I am to pull that shit off, which is okay. I'm content where I am right now. I do just want to start getting more stuff out, but I think my undiagnosed ADHD really be letting me down. Where I cannot focus on fucking anything. Alright. I'll like sit down. Alright, I'm gonna finish this script. And then not even a letter will get done. I would kind of look at it for a little bit and then immediately like get distracted and do something else. I'll go get like my mail or something, and on my way to get the mail I'll go, I'm kind of thirsty, and then I'll like pour a glass of water, and then I'll put the glass of water down, and then I'll like look at my TV, and then I won't even drink the glass of water, and then like a day later I'll say, why is there a glass of water just sitting here? Who put this here? It was me. You could just make Minecraft a viewer-only thing, not videos, just occasionally stream it. Maybe start a server for viewers or something. That could be fun, that could be fun. Yeah. I mean, I think variety starts on streams before it does on videos, absolutely. Because I've done variety streams before. I mean, I streamed Unbeatable, I'll always stream a new Sonic game when that comes out. I mean, I used to be a variety streamer before, like, I got locked in for Borderlands after I started doing the YouTube stuff. Because YouTube is what locked me into Borderlands. Because it was mainly, like, it was primarily Borderlands and Sonic for a bit. But then I beat every Sonic game and I beat every Borderlands game on stream. So then I was kind of like, alright, I want to mix it up. I played a lot of different games over the times. I mean, I remember I played Ori, I played Banjo-Tooie, which is not good as Banjo-Kazooie. I played a lot of games. I played Psychonauts. That was the first time I played Psychonauts. Dude, I fucking love Psychonauts. I'm so glad. That was like, that was a game I streamed and then I fucking fell in love with. I love Psychonauts so much, chat. Psychonauts 2, one of the best games. If you haven't played Psychonauts 2, that's one. That's one to check out. That's one to check out. I think that was like 22. That game came out. It wasn't too long ago. Psychonauts 2 is a great game though. So was the original Psychonauts, but Psychonauts 2 is way better. And you do not need to play the original Psychonauts to understand what's going on in Psychonauts 2. You can kind of pick it up. E poco loco. Is Poco Loco saying that chicken is crazy? Because that's what I always hear when he says it. I don't speak Spanish. Okay, here's the thing, right? Rafa is the best, like, in terms of the story in Borderlands 4, like, the best story-wise playable character due to Alejandro Seb's voice acting and a lot of things, and also just the dialogue being a lot better than the other characters. Also being a lot funnier. But could you imagine how good the Borderlands 4 story would be if you could speak Spanish? Like, dude, that's like half of Rafa's dialogue is in Spanish. I don't even know what he's saying half the time. If you could speak Spanish, this would be the best game of all time, I think. Maybe all the Borderlands 4 fans are actually just a bunch of people who speak Spanish, and they're like, what do you mean? The story's amazing. They all picked Rafa and they all speak Spanish. So they picked the best character, the most fun character, that's why they like the game so much. I mean, this is a real thing, though. This is something that I have observed. People who picked Vex first, people who picked Amon first, significantly do not like the game as much as people who picked Rafa first. The people who picked Rafa first literally like the game more. And I don't think it's a coincidence. I think Rafa is just way better. I think the game is better if you pick Rafa. If you ever play Borderlands 4, you have not played Borderlands 4, please, please pick Rafa first. You can play the other characters later, okay? Rafa will make your first playthrough so much better. He has the best skill tree. The melee stuff still needs a bit of work, but Apophis Lance, like, in leveling and just the entire orange tree is amazing. Honestly, I agree, yeah. Just like a side thing for fun to give viewers options and things to engage more, you know? Yeah, absolutely. It's hard to do all that stuff. Like, even trying to keep like a streaming schedule and still make videos at the same time, like it's a big balance. It's a big balance, you know. And like, you know, I already got like an actual job. Like this isn't even my primary income, man. So it's hard. It's hard to like do all this extra stuff. Like I always want to do more stuff, but it's hard to do stuff like that, especially when like I can't even get like sponsored deals. I died. But, you know, I would love to do that one day. That would be fun. If like doing a Minecraft playthrough or just doing like Minecraft with chat would be good. Just any like community stuff would be fun, I think. Man, I remember when I first started that stream schedule, I was so locked in too. I was like, alright, chat, this is what's going on. I am fully committing myself to streaming. This is gonna be huge. I've got a stream schedule. I'm gonna stick to it. I'm not gonna deviate. On the days I'm not streaming, that's when I'm gonna edit videos. And I want there to be one YouTube short per stream, at least. That did not happen. That happened for maybe 2 days, and then that got axed because it was so much work, and people weren't clipping me when I was funny, and I had to go over and like clip myself, and then when people did clip me when I was funny, like they would always cut it really weirdly. It's like, oh man, this is a terrible idea. I need like a full mod team to do this shit. I need like hired editors to upload that stuff for me, so it just happens like clockwork. It's insane to me though. Like it always shocks me so much when I remember that Lil Gas Mask has an editor, and I'm like, fuck, dude, imagine having an editor. Oh my god, that would make life so easy, having an editor. I would love having an editor, man. But I mean, I really like editing though, so it's kind of a thing. But it's like, I always think like hiring an editor might just get me like the least fun part out of the way, you know? I would just not have to do the one part I like, which is editing the actual thing. Because gathering footage is usually the hardest thing. That's why I always really like doing like video, like streams that are intended to be videos, like when I did like that the challenge where I like started in a random spot with Rafa. That video did terrible, by the way, but it was a lot easier to edit, even though I procrastinated a lot on it. But just because the footage was already there and like sorted, I could just go. I remember I did that with that was what those melee build videos were. That was a very like chat related thing. Like I made a melee build with every character in Borderlands 2 and pre-sequel, you know. Those were really just, I need extra videos, I want to put out some more stuff, this would be an easy thing that I could do. And they were honestly not bad videos. I mean, the BL2 one kind of sucks, to be honest, but the pre-sequel one's alright. Yeah, I think that's why I really like doing collab videos, though, because the act of gathering footage for a collab video is really fun. That's like, it's like an event when that happens. So doing hide and seek or whatever, like I'm playing hide and seek, I'm having a good time, and then I edit it, and even though there's a lot more footage to edit in a video like that, because you know there's a lot, it still ends up being like really quite fun. Because I do enjoy editing, so it just ends up like being a very good balance, I think. I do want to like, I still just want to like get more videos out more fast, but I don't know what videos I want to make right now besides hide and seek, besides like a few ideas that are probably a little too big to just get, that they're too big to get out quickly, you know? Yeah, I mean, I always see like the YouTubers who can just fucking churn out shit like really quickly and like it just not be bad. And like, they can just do it, or they can just post a let's play and it does well. Oh, imagine being able to post a let's play and they see it, chat. Let me do my Borderlands 2 let's play, which are just playthrough videos. But let me do playthrough videos that are like fun to watch, and like actually good playthrough videos, you know. And like people actually watch my playthrough videos. Wouldn't that be great? If your name isn't Jolts Dude, playthrough videos ain't for you. He's the only one who can make people watch him. I think if you wanted to do a playthrough video, oh, like Elemental Eater, everything I have is shock though. That's so annoying. I can't aim down sights. This fucking loser, dude. I hate Elemental Eater so goddamn much. I'd watch, yeah. I know the dedicated people are gonna watch, but it's still ideally. It's like it's getting 1,000 views per video. That's about where they're gonna be, which is a lot of work for not much reward. Which it shouldn't really be about the reward, but I can't say it doesn't affect me. You know, it's on the mind. Like a video that not many people watched was like the one I just mentioned, the Borderlands 4 challenge video. That did terrible, but I fucking love the intro I made to that video. It's got unbeatable songs in it. It flows really well. Like I feel like when I make like a good intro like that, it really makes me just like think like, wow, I've come far. You know, I'm like much better at things. And I was doing a bunch of like Photoshop work for TX the other day. I was helping him with something that you will find out soon. But like, I was doing a bunch of stuff and I was like, damn, I'm actually good at this. I didn't think I was that good at this, but like now that I'm like kind of have to put skills to the test of it, I'm like, I'm actually kind of good at this stuff. So that's cool to see. That's really cool to see. How I've kind of like, I'm self-taught in editing and I'm self-taught in graphic design, and I'm not too bad at either. Fun little thing. YouTube is easy as fuck, chat. If you have any idea, just do it. Because you will suck at first, but the more you suck at first, the better it's gonna feel. because the easier it is to get better, and the easier it is to see improvement. From that first video you were proud of to like, holy shit, you watched that back like a year later and like, my god, that video fucking blows. But like your standards change depending on what you can do. It's very cool to see. It's very cool to see. I remember I have a Sonic and the Black Knight video that I was so fucking proud of. I was like, this is great. You can't watch that video. It's barely watchable, that video. You go back and try to watch that video. It's not possible. Philosophers all over the planet have tried to watch that video and failed. I don't know why philosophers were doing it, but they tried and they failed. Shiny? No. No shiny. Alright, let's do one more run of this and then we'll schmix it up a bit. We'll do something else. I don't know what we'll do, but we'll do something else. How many shinies do I have actually, chat? Yep. But almost half. Almost half. 29 out of 67. Okay, yeah, so last run. And we're gonna get the XXL this run because we're cool and stuff. I mean, I could go for the Roach actually because that's the big encore. Do I have Iridium on this character? Inventory? Got 6k, that's not really enough though. That's not a lot. If only there was some sort of endgame activity I could do to get more Iridium, but alas, no one's listening to me. No one's listening to my ideas about how Iridium economy could run endgame and it would actually be really fucking cool, but no. They don't want to do the cool stuff that I come up with. They're all meanies. I come up with the best ideas and they don't even say yes. They don't even say, oh my god, let me stop everything I'm doing right now and credit Cashew1405 and give him $1,000 for coming up with the idea. Which honestly, if we're talking royalties, that's not much money. And if I'm giving you these golden ideas and you weren't thinking of this shit before, $1,000 is cheap. That's all I'm going to say, Gearbox. That's all I'm going to say. My rates are low. My rates are low. My standards are low. Ideal for someone like yourself. I'm so ripe to be taken advantage of. Why is there a symmetry there? He don't drop that. Okay, I'm out of room. Chat, do we just want to shiny farm? I'm not really like too fussed of what we do. I'm just here to chat. I'm here to chat, have a good time. Everybody had a good time. Everybody had the good. Okay, I'm gonna zoom out. I'm gonna just move the cursor around a little bit, see where that kind of ends up, and then I'm just gonna zoom in. Closest boss that I haven't got a thing on yet. Haven't got a thing. What's it called? A shiny on. We'll farm that boss. All right. Okay, closest to here. Okay, do I have... I got Shiny Chuck. I have both the shinies there, so... Would that be Pango? Do I have all the Pango Bango ones? I don't have the Stray. But is there a closer one? Fingers crossed. There's this guy. Who's this? Rock and Roller. Oh, fuck it. Yeah, let's do Rock and Roller. Gearbox won't pay you much if you gave them your cool ideas. No, they won't. That's why I had to set the bar so low, you know? I really want it to happen. I'm trying. I'm trying, but they won't listen. Here's your box and candy and juice. Now be gone. Be gone. Yeah. Wahoo! Yippee! Wow! Where the hell's the oh man, why can't they just fucking add mini maps into these games, dude? Oh, it would be so good. Oh, it would be so... Everyone agrees. Everyone! That's so many people! Don't you know how many people everyone is? That's like at least 9. At least! It's probably more than that, actually. Come on. Come on. Come on, buddy. Yeah! Perfect. Bit of a skip there for you, chat. A little bit of a skip there for you. I aim to please, I aim to please. Okay, we're just using the bod for this because it is UVHM6, so I feel like the only way we make this work at all is if we just use the bod. Hopefully this is a one-shot. Yeah, it is. Cool. No drop. What's the first drop we get, chat? Yes, they wanted to make it hard by taking away the mini-maps. Well, no, they didn't want to make it hard. That wasn't the intention. The intention was they just thought you didn't need it. They thought, basically, because with a lot of Borderlands games, with what a lot of people do is they're not actually looking, they're not actually very engaged in the gameplay, because they're just looking in the corner the whole time at the minimap. You know? They're just looking at that so to see where the red dots are, so that they can just aim at them. But the thing with Borderlands is, when there's a lot of enemies around, you just don't know. You just cannot tell and you cannot see. And so when you take away the minimap and the red dots, like combat becomes like really bad, which is why they had to add in the combat radar after we all complained. But they didn't add in. But the minimap is really good for just knowing like where entrances are and like where exits are and like where you can actually see where you're going. But that's not in this game because they didn't think they'd need it. They want you to explore the open world and not just like. I mean, I don't know why they couldn't just... I don't know why they couldn't have done it without it, but like, you know, whatever. I know the reasoning behind it, I just don't agree with the reasoning at all. We didn't get it, did we? That's not shiny. I heard the noise sounded different. No, okay. Damn, that's a songbird with Ripper though? Kinda cool. I wish they didn't fix the glitch. I really like the glitch. Alright, and back to back, here comes the shiny. Okay. That looked like a convergence. It was a TK's wave. Not a very good one though. Not everyone is able to memorize these secret areas, yeah. But then, isn't that fun? Because then you get to rediscover it for the first time all over again. Oh, thanks, Gearbox, for removing that really like necessary feature. that you added in the game that came out in 2012. Thanks for getting rid of that so it can be more like Borderlands 1. A game that doesn't need a minimap because it has a very simple... hey, double drop. Because it has a very simple map layout. Besides DLCs. They could have done with a minimap and DLCs. Which they added in. That's actually a good point. They had to add that shit in. In the remake, they added in a minimap. So what was their even excuse? Not remake, remaster. They added in a minimap. Which is really the only good thing that they added in. Because they fucked up a lot of stuff in that. Like, holy shit. Like, there's a lot of bad. There's a lot of bad. We got a thick gaze wave with a sticky mag. Ooh, yum. And zip rockets and an amp shield. No. Okay. We could get like a really good songbird here. We could kind of accidentally farm like a god roll because you can get stickies on the songbird and you can get ripper on the songbird. So if you combine those two together, it becomes fucking insane. Plus, you get the dueling pistol thing from swapping, like with the bonus damage, and it kind of goes really fucking crazy. It kind of goes crazy. A little bit, a little tiny bit, maybe. Brother, what the fuck is wrong with you? What the hell wrong with you? How long have I been streaming for? Like 3 hours maybe? That sounds about right. Oh, more like 2.5 actually. I started kind of late. It started like 1:45-ish. So yeah, it hasn't really been that long. Yeah. I think one of the main reasons though of like why I haven't been streaming as much is just because like I don't know what to stream. Like even today I was like, fuck, I guess I'll shiny farm, even though I don't really want to shiny farm. I just have nothing else to do in like that is Borderlands related, so it's like what am I supposed to do over here, man? What am I supposed to do? Come on, man, what am I supposed to do about this, man? Oh man. Yay. And shiny. I think it was Naef. Yeah. But hopefully, though, chat, I'll have Hide and Seek 3 up closer rather than further away. Shit, I didn't know what I'm saying. But yeah, I want to get that out soon, is what I'm trying to say. Hasn't been recorded yet, but I'm slowly getting it organized, which I've been meaning to do for fucking ever, so that's pretty big. Where did he go? I was there. Didn't even drop nothing. He didn't even drop nothing. How am I supposed to live like this when he don't even drop nothing when he's supposed to drop something? I'm just supposed to take it? We're not gonna take it. No, we ain't gonna take it. Not anymore. Yeah, it is slow without doing the thing. I just wanted to say, I just wanted to test. Welcome to my cave, rock and roller. Welcome to Cave Special. We have many crumpet. Beep. Turn. Man, thank you for the convenient turn every single time. You're currently building giant mushrooms in Minecraft? Now I'm no Minecraft connoisseur. But aren't there just normal giant mushrooms in Minecraft? Like the mushroom biomes? Is that what it's called? Alright. I mean, yes, but I mean giant custom mushrooms. Oh, okay, okay. I didn't know you were cool like that. My apologies. I didn't know you were so cool like that. Why does it... Oh, it's out of bounds. Okay, of course. Should've known. That's my bad. Okay, Atlas and Tedior. The U. Bile launcher, that's pretty bad. Is the Lucian's flank any good? Yeah, I'd say so. It's pretty decent on Harlow. Though, I prefer an Aegon stream. But the thing is, with the Lucian's flank is good because it'll always just give you your ammo back if you keep getting crits. And the other thing with Lucian's flank is it always comes with Jacobs. So if you want an Aegon's Dream for the same build, you have to farm the specific Jacobs part on it. But every Lucian's flank will just come with Jacobs. So then if you want to farm parts, you can just get a COV mag or a Ripper mag, and it's a lot easier for your time. No, I think it's decent. I don't think it's like the best item in the game at all, but it definitely worked well when I used it on Harlow. Like, it was never bad. Imagine taking down the warrior from Borderlands 2, but you just kill the beast. Oh, sorry, but you don't kill the beast. The beast becomes your deity weapon, making it a god tier weapon in your hands. Cool idea, huh? So it's like, so you're saying like every time you beat the story, whatever gun you kill the warrior with, that gun gets permanently buffed as like a special version of itself, where it does like more damage and stuff. That's kind of cool. But I feel like that would create like a really annoying meta. Like, would you have to like beat the game every single time? To like every time you beat the game, you get to buff like your item, or is it like just like you farm the warrior and that just happens every single time? Because if you farm the warrior, I suppose that's fine, but also that kind of takes away from like what's special about something like that. But then it's like, if I do have to fight the entire, like do the entire story just for one item, I feel like that one guy who didn't do the meta very well, and there's like, oh no, I buffed my fucking green TD pistol, this sucks, you know? I don't know, I like the idea though, That feels like a cool, like, roguelike idea, actually. You know, like like the roguelikes that have an end. That feels like the way you get to the end, right? Like where you're slowly like leveling up as you go. So sort of like Hades, I think. I've never played Hades, but I think that's how that works. Canada. It can be a random chance. Oh, okay, so it's like you're farming a legendary, but instead of farming a legendary, it's like your gun will just get buffed. Like 10% chance when you kill them on farm, you can buff. That's kind of cool. I like that. I like that. No, I mean, what that would do though is like, say if like you wanted to do like, you wanted to buff like a gunnerang or something, like guns that don't do well against the warrior, that would be quite hard. So maybe it would be good if you could get like a selection, like say like they drop like a crystal or whatever, and it's like, this is the deity, and then like you can hit use deity in your inventory, and then you can just select which gun would you like to buff. I feel like that works better. I do like that though is like a kind of like a roguelike idea. That's kind of fun. If they did like another Roguelands, that could be kind of fun. Like you beat the like Roguelands with a story. That would be kind of cool. And you did. And you're shiny. The hell was that? That was a songbird. With impact! No. I'm sad. I'm howling at the moon because I'm so fucking sad, dude. This was supposed to be our time. Our time! But that all ends when we get on Troy's bucket. Wah, wah. Do people even know what the Goonies is anymore? I barely know what it is. Like, it was definitely before my time. I feel like 90s nostalgia and shit just kind of gets like shoved onto everybody because they're like, people have 90s nostalgia for 90s nostalgia, so it just keeps on getting repeated over and over and over again, and corporations are just like, hey, you guys remember the 90s? And like, I'm like, no. But they do keep trying to, they do keep asking, they certainly do keep asking if I remember, and it hasn't changed yet, but maybe one day I'll say yes. As in the movie? Yes, as in the movie. That was a quote I said from the Goonies. Our time. Our time. But now it's out there. It's their time. Their time. I don't even know why he repeats himself like that. It's kind of fucking weird actually when you think about it. Goonies is funny, yeah. I feel like I don't ever want to rewatch the Goonies. I feel like it would not hold up. I feel like there would be something like weirdly racist in it or something. Like most older movies feel like I always find something like that, and I'm like, it's kind of uncomfortable. I don't really know how I feel about this anymore. So I'm just gonna leave it as a memory, as a movie I saw when I was young. Casually playing Cobbleverse on Minecraft, and everyone playing Minecraft in my chat tonight. Not bad though. Pokemon mod. Man, I remember the Pokemon mod. That's crazy. I want to do like a big creator server with the Pokemon mod. That shit was... I remember seeing like shit like that. Used to watch a bunch of Minecraft YouTubers. That was always fun times. You're seriously telling me that I died in Borderlands 4? Chat, be real. Should I get back into speedrunning BL4? It's legit better than a Pokemon game. That's not a high bar though, is it? Aren't like most Pokemon games kind of like bad with the actual like Pokemon? Like they're all like way too fucking easy and insufferable with tutorials. Bro, I had a gander at the new Pokemon game, like Legend ZY or whatever it's called. That shit looks terrible. Shit looks like the fucking one of the worst games I've seen. It looks terrible. Are we talking about the same Goonies as in, hey, you guys, Goonies? I don't know if there's multiple versions of the Goonies. I'm pretty sure I'm talking about the original Goonies though, like the movie. I'm pretty sure we're talking about the same one. ZA is a 3DS game? It is? No, what's the one for Switch 2? Is it ZY? Legend ZY? Legend, I know it's Legend something. Actually, I remember Legends Arceus actually looked like a pretty fun game. That looked pretty fun. This is like an explorer, like open world-esque Pokemon game. Which is what ZY is supposed to be, but it's in a city, and the city looks so fucking empty, it's insane. And also, movement mechanics are just so sad. And then there's a story, but the story is like... Ugh, man. Like, they should just add some voice acting. They should just bite the bullet, because I feel like you can't really get any worse. TK's Wave, but it's bad. Crazy YouTube title. AF1000s, but it's bad. And that one's out of bounds. Oh no, it has the graphics of a 3DS game? Okay. I mean, you ain't wrong. It did not look good. The kids movie Goonies with Sloth? Yes, yes. The kids movie Goonies. We are talking about the same thing. BL4. Bad? Not good. ZA isn't open world? I thought it was like ish. Like it's not like that open world, but like, you know, the city is like open and like you do side quests in the city. Yo, thank you for the follow. 25 Dowweb. I appreciate that. I very appreciate it. Sticky TK Wave goes hard though. I did find one of those. I'm mainly looking though for a sticky other one. What is it called? Sabba Songbird. I'd much prefer that. And also it's shiny. Would have been fucking perfect. I'm still mad about the shiny from before, by the way. Why? That's a great clip. That's going on the YouTube and everything. Wasn't sure at first because I did not remember that quote from the movie. It's like the fucking climax of the movie. What do you mean you don't remember that quote? Honestly, the only reason I remember that quote is because it was referenced in Sonic for Hire. Which, if you don't know what that is, I'm not explaining it to you. You can look it up and be very confused. No, it's not, bro. What? It's funny. It is funny. Very funny. It's great. Perfect timing and everything. Wish I could be that funny. You did. The shiny. Ooh. Did get a thing. TKs. Okay, this is a thing that really sucks about Borderlands 4 farming. Can we just get these guys to go away a little bit faster? Because it's really annoying. It's really annoying. Okay, that sucks. And that sucks. Cool. Are you happy that Mancubus is returning in Mad Ellie DLC? I could care less. I don't give a fuck about Mancubus plot twist, dude. Voiced by Aaron Hansen. I mean, at least he's got a lot of his own lore going on, you know? At least there's like interesting stuff with Mancubus. But I don't like really the theme. You know, I don't like the theme of like Lovecraftian horror, especially when we already had a DLC like that in Borderlands 3. And it's like, as cool as like, yeah, Mancubus is back, but I'm like, I really would have cared for anything else. Like, I just like anything, the Vault of the Damned. Like, is this just going to be very similar to what we've seen before? Is there going to be much? Is there going to be much new? Is Mancubus going to have more of a personality other than saying things like this? Because that was kind of his character. Like, he had a lot of interesting lore, and he was kind of an interesting character, but really it was just he talked weird. I mean, I'm excited maybe to like see like what extra stuff they're gonna like bring out, and like if they can do it. But just seeing Mancubus, like, that's not enough to sell me on anything really. Man, you dropped nothing that run. What the hell? Remove dead body hitboxes. Oh, actually, that's so real. Some of them have hitboxes after they die, and you can't even get the items, so you have to wait. That shit's annoying. Say something and everyone suspects him for being creepy character lore. Yeah, I think that was kind of he was kind. This is what he felt like. Actually, this is a perfect metaphor. He felt like a extra cast member in a Scooby-Doo movie, you know, where like he is so overly like evil, right? Like quote unquote evil and creepy, but he's actually just a regular dude, and like of course he didn't do it, you know, he didn't do the crime. He's just a chill guy. I hope you enjoy the refreshments. Someone has poisoned the refreshments. But it wasn't him. But it wasn't him. You know? That's how Mancubus feels like to me. I really like that. That's perfect analogy of how I feel. How would you feel if Borderlands took place in mythology? Characters have mentioned early beings that once existed. What do you mean? Like, as in mythology? Like, as in in-universe mythology, the entire series has been, like, an ancient story? I mean, I don't think I'd really care either way. Probably I'd dislike it more than I'd like it, I want to say. Just because I don't know what really that adds. Like, it's not this extent, but like something that I always hate is when people try to excuse bad Borderlands writing with. Why is Echo 4 just chilling there? Okay, he's gone. But like they try to excuse bad Borderlands writing with, oh, Marcus is just an unreliable narrator. Like I'm sorry, but if we're saying that Marcus is an unreliable narrator ever, then like nothing matters. Nothing matters in the entire story if we say that, or if Athena is an unreliable narrator or whatever. You know? Like I think you need to say someone is an unreliable narrator, you need to do that fucking perfectly, and you need to make everything make sense, otherwise none of it makes sense and you ruin like most of the story retroactively. An ancient story? Yeah, I don't know how I feel about that, to be honest. I don't hate that, but like I don't really know any reason beyond like what that would add to the story, just being honest. Bring some of them in the Mad Ellie DLC. Oh wait, I missed the message before then. Let's see. Like you could bring some of the Gun, Love, and Tentacles DLC weapons, like the Soul Render. Yeah, you could do that. I mean, they probably will do that, to be honest. But, you know. I mean, if they're gonna add the Skull Masher back in, that's the place to do it. So it continue to be in every Borderlands game. Oh, double drop. Oh, cool. I almost got fucking one-shotted by that. Okay, bad Songbird and bad Augmenter. Did have high caliber though on that. I don't want to use that. I don't want to print. Oh, I might keep that one actually. Just put that in the bank. Actually, while I'm here, I have a honey bunches that I gotta put back. Got two actually. Damn. And I guess this as well, because I don't know why else I'd have that or that. If it wasn't for firmware. I forgot to pick up that Hyperion thing, didn't I? Bit of a rip. Bit of a rip, eh? Does this character even have the appropriate firmware? It's missing one because of this. Have the amp. Try Phantom Flame and Bullet Buddy Deluxe. Already way ahead of you. Already got it. But not for this fight. This fight's terrible for that. Because it's fucking... It's not... He's got a bullet reflection. And it's got vile crystals. It was like, won't be able to do much damage at all. But it's great for mobbing. It's great for mobbing. I mean, I can show you, but... Like, see, it doesn't really work. Yeah, it's not a bossing thing, but it's very, very fun. For mobs. Okay, no drop. How would you feel if Borderlands... Oh, I already read that. My bad, my bad. Did they buff anything with Rafa? I don't think so. I think notably they've just never nerfed Rafa, so Rafa's insane. I think Rafa by far is the best character in the game. Like, you can do a lot. You can do a lot with him. What they really do need to buff though is melee Rafa, and honestly a bit of Apophis Lance Rafa too, where Apophis Lance Rafa really needs to, like, you know, It needs to get some buffs for the fucking capstones, because there is zero reason to use capstones over the regular Apophis Lance. They need ways to either keep them out for longer or to do more damage. Like, Gorgon is terrible. Raju is also really bad, because to get close to any boss to where you can actually deal damage with Raju, they will honestly just probably one-shot you back with like a big knockback move, or like a big like damage Nova or whatever the fuck they'll do. So I mean, and then the only one that's actually semi-okay is the fire one, which I'm forgetting the name of. Yes, that was Gorgon, and I got the other one wrong. What do we got? No, so okay, Gorgon's actually decent, but no, Basilisk is terrible. Basilisk is terrible. Gorgon is actually pretty good, but the issue with this, it's like a big fire laser. But first of all, always fire. That's kind of an issue, because sometimes things resist fire. But what's bad about it is that it uses up charges a lot faster. And so you won't have it up. So even if you have like a really good like sustainable laser build, like you're more likely to just lose the laser because you ran out of charges, because like, you know, you just wanted to keep it going for longer. And then unlike the Apophis Lance, where you can just spam it infinitely with the right skills. So all the capstones are bad. I think they don't really need to buff any of the augments. I just think Blue Tree needs a little bit more love, but Green Tree, I just want to see like Melee Rafa be any good at all. I've never been able to make it work. I've seen some people who have, but I've never really been that good with it. I've never understood how I could possibly make it good without like using glitches. It'd be a big experiment. You're farming for a bod? I salute you. That's tough, buddy. That's tough. I tried farming for a bod during like the event that was like a month ago, where like all the dedicated drops were way higher, way more likely, and I was just like, I could not be fucked. I could not be fucked. I already got a few good bods. I'm good to just dupe them, you know. I don't have any elemental ones, sadly. I got a corrosive one, but that's not helpful. I need either fire or shock for the crazy good aim on build, but I haven't seen a songbird in a while, dude. No, I don't have the game. Are you farming for a bod? No, bod does not drop from this guy. Bod does not drop from Rock and Roll. Bod drops from Axmall. Completely different area. No, right now I am farming a shiny Sand Saber Songbird or a shiny TK's Wave. And also just a really good Saber Songbird as well, if I can. Which the best one would be Torg Stickies and a Ripper Mag. I don't even want to pick that up. But mainly this is just a backdrop. I don't really care if we get what I'm farming for or not. This is just a backdrop so I can talk to chat, to be honest. I haven't really streamed in a while. Formula paper. Sorry if I'm saying that wrong. But I haven't really streamed in a while, so I kind of just wanted an excuse to talk to my chat and stuff. Complain a lot about Borderlands 4 and its photo mode, because its photo mode's really bad. We have to wait so long. We have to wait so long for the photo mode. You don't understand. We have to wait so long for that photo mode. And then it was really bad. And it was no better than BL3's. In some ways, possibly worse. Like, photo mode mods for, like, BL2 are literally better than what we got here. Like, I'm just really disappointed by it, because I was just... Like, what they have is fine, and like, the focus intensity gauge is kind of weirdly bright for some reason. That changes the brightness the more focus intense you get, but it's like whatever, I can forgive this stuff. But what's annoying, what is annoying, if I'm running like this, oh, I want a photo of Rafa running, alright, I'm gonna pause, I'm gonna turn on photo mode. For whatever reason, he does that every single time. The game will unpause, then quickly pause. So it means whatever pose that you put the character in, they will no longer be in that pose when photo mode is activated. There's no just single button that you can press to activate photo mode. You are just stuck like this. And it's just like, why are we doing it? Like, you can have all the options in the world, but if you ruin my posing, it's gonna be extremely annoying. Yeah, Cashew, you haven't streamed in 10 years. I'm married and have 3 kids now. That's crazy. Good for you. Congratulations. I will say though, didn't get invited to the wedding. I'm kind of mad about that. I mean, I've known you for 10 years apparently. It only feels like a few years ago I met you. Can't believe it's been a whole decade of blindly believing whatever you tell me. Was that the thing? No, it's Torg Impact, but Vile Launcher. We don't want that. Okay. Boom, boom, boom. One of these days I should get a face cam as well. I've kind of got reservations about it, but it would make making videos a bit easier. Do you have the Slippy Grenade? I do. We're using it right now. I died. Wow. But basically, what we're using that for is there is a perk in your specialization tree that when you hit something with melee damage, you start dealing more. You get a fire rate buff. So we use the Slippy because it does melee damage. We throw it. We throw our melee damage, and then it comes back. We get a fire rate buff, which is really good for our sticky spam. Fish. And they did. TKs. Look like a spread launcher to me, chat. What do you reckon? You think the little fella wants a drink? No. Please, please. If you get a face cam, you won't have an excuse to not get pink hair. Why would I have pink hair anyways though? I feel like the excuse would be I don't want pink hair and I never promised anybody that I would have pink hair. Is specialization account wide? No. No, it is not. So it's like a second skill tree that you so you only unlock it after you beat the story for the first time. But then after that you have access to the specialization tree on every subsequent replay of the game. So you have it at level 1 with all of your extra characters that you make. You don't remember, Cashew? What, you're gonna try and gaslight me into think that I promised you to that I would have pink hair? You're dreaming. You're dreaming, Chad, if you think that shit's gonna work. Damn. I thought my audience was smart. I did. Egg on my face. Where'd you think of Fishman 6 face cam? I'm happy for him. Glad that he got one. I don't know what you expect. I don't know what that question is like. I wonder what he, what you expected me to say. Dude, I saw Fishman's face. I got so mad. It's so ugly, man. He completely ruined it. I thought he was like a real life fish. I thought he just like kind of flopped around. But no, man. No, he just looks like that. He just fucking looks like that. He looks exactly how I expected him to look like. I said for 20k subscribers, you should dye your hair pink. And the only thing you said was, I don't have a face cam? Okay. Well, for 20k subscribers, I will not dye my hair pink. Because I have to do this thing called go to work. And like, see family. I don't want to deal with that shit. What if I'm bald? Huh? Huh? What if I'm bald? Did you ever think about that? Alas? You ever think about that? I mean, I'm not, but, you know. Telling me Fishman doesn't actually blup blup? That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. He better. I think that's a paid actor. I think that's a paid actor. You did not just call me that? Call you what? I didn't call you anything. I said, what if I was bald? I didn't call you bald. Did Markiplier get pink hair? Did he? I remember he had red hair for a bit. I don't know what color people will be changing their hair. Remember Jacksepticeye had green hair? Which is when I watched him. I watched him pre-green hair and during green hair. And I stopped when he had green hair. Last time I watched him. I don't know what color his hair is now. I'm hoping brown. Or like whatever the natural hair color he has is. That would probably be ideal. Cash your face reveal. My eyes! Oh no, he's hot. Yeah, that's what everyone would say. Everyone expects me to look like a little goblin. It's a little Australian freak, but no. Oh, I called you alas. That's so fucking true. Alas, dude. Alas. You ever think about that, alas? You ever think about that? That's true. Have you ever thought about that, though, alas? Oh, man. That's good. That's good. I'm Cashew and I support this message. Hope that doesn't get clipped out of context. I don't know. I feel like having a face cam though, that just unlocks a whole level of I don't want to stream. Because then it's like I have to like look nice for the stream. I feel like that's a whole nother level of anxiety that I'm just not ready for. Where it's like I have to like I will start to worry about like like what will I look like every stream what I'm wearing? Thinking, oh my god. Feels like a very extra thing, you know. Okay. Ding? I didn't hear no ding. Is he immune to corrosive? Sometimes. The element that he's immune to changes every single run. It's like that with a lot of Borderlands 4 bosses. It's very annoying. It's whatever element. So yeah, this round he is immune to corrosive, and he has his leaking trait where like when he rolls, he leaves behind corrosive puddle. But that element changes. It's random every single run. Hey! Whoa! Look at all these legendaries. And a shiny Sabbath Songbird. Fuck yeah, that's the one I wanted. Let's fucking go, dude. That's the one I wanted. And a Hyperion. I mean, we'll grab it. Why not? I mean, it sucks, but like... I still haven't found the 4th gym in Minecraft. Most calm reaction from Cashew. Listen, I've gone like... That's like my 30th shiny. We haven't really been farming it for that long. This isn't like a, I need to get this before like the weekly event, you know, I was just farming and then I got it, you know. It's okay. We've been here for long enough. Makes sense to me. Not every shiny has to be this fucking like insane situation. Dude, unless it was back to back like that. And then that would have been an absolutely insane situation. I would have went fucking ape, chat. I would have. There's a little preview, chat. There's a little preview, but you know it didn't happen, so you don't get to see the full thing. But you know, just know, little preview. But what if we got it this run? 3% drop rates. Didn't they increase them with UVHM levels? So, because I'm in UVHM 6. Yeah, okay. Okay. 2 shinies, 3 runs. Alright, cool. See, chat, you got your that was the full thing. That was the full thing. You got a preview to that before, but that was the full thing there. Oh, there you go. We're hitting well today, boys. Yeah, it's the 3rd shiny today. Alright, what else we got? So 46% done. 31 out of 67. We're making our way through the list, chat. Making our way through the list. Slowly but slowly. Alright, I'm going to close my eyes and we're just going to go round and round and round and round and round. And my eyes are closed and I will zoom in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Closest thing we are to, we farm. Okay, this is the middle of nowhere. We are kind of close to Bramble. Okay, we're closest to the Ripper Roadbirds, but I think we have the Wombo combo already. Do we? Let me check. Yeah, we do. Okay, so not Wombo combo. So the closest would be Bramble Song then. Let's do it. You make me mad, it's not even your fault. Shinies aren't even that rare anymore. I hear the number every time. Which number? Vile Bounty, go do it now. Why? For Iridium, I guess? Why not? I mean, I guess that's a fair point. I mean, why am I even gonna try and farm Bramble Song? It's very much a why not sort of situation. Chat, okay, let's be real. Should I go back? And should I try and get back into speedrunning Borderlands 4? Should I try and get back into speedrunning BL4? Try and get like a sub 4-hour time and make that into a video? Oh, 6-7. I hear it every time. Dude. I am just so... I ain't Gen Alpha enough for 6-7, I'm sorry, chat. But, you know, that's okay. Because, like, I mean, every generation has their funny number, you know? You had 6-9. When I was a kid, it was 21. And now you guys got 67. So, it's all good. Any person who's, like, in their mid-20s and is like, dude, 6-7 is just so not funny, man. It's just so not funny. Like, they absolutely laughed their ass off at both 69 and 21 at some fucking point. Like, don't trust them. Just like what you like. Happy affiliate anniversary. Steve Irwin's back from the dead. Yeah, that's a crazy present. Thank you. I didn't even know that was a possible gift I could receive. Thank you. I didn't even know it was my affiliate anniversary today. Thank you, Rango Tango. Okay. What the fuck happened to him? Why are you like that? What the fuck? I hear 6-7 from my manager. And leads, bro, like, let it die now. I miss 6-7, 69 and 420. Well, like, 69 and 420 is still there. They never left. 21's the only number that got left behind. If we're being so real. I mean, people still say nice when you say 69, and people still know what 420 means. So, you know. Oh, hey, legendary. Bro, what the fuck? What the fuck was that for? What the fuck was that? I didn't deserve that. I killed you and then you just drop it off the... You literally had to turn around to do it too. That was so mean. What the hell was that? Do melee tree for each Vault Hunters video? Yeah, for which game? For BL4? Or BL3? Or BL1? The BL1 version of that would suck so much. You could do it for... You could definitely do it for Brick. And you could definitely do it for Mordecai. Lilith would have a little something. Roland's got absolutely nothing though. What a terrible video. Hey, cool. Is that boom slang? It is. Big rocket. I don't want big rocket. I don't know what I want on a boom slang. What's the best parts on a boom slang, chat? I do kind of want a good boom slang though for my Vex. In BL4, you could do that. So Rafa definitely has one. Though I've got no idea how to make it work. I've seen other people make it work, but I've got just no idea how to do melee Rafa. I'd have to look it up, I think. And then you have Amon absolutely can do it. Vex? I don't know. I don't know if Vex got anything melee related. I guess you could technically say Reaper build. That's technically melee damage if you think about it. Did he drop all his loot off the edge again? What? Why do you do this? How are you supposed to farm this boss? Who's the one character? Harlow. Does Harlow have melee? I don't think so. You could do sort of like the Maya one, but just not as good. Okay, now just don't turn around. Brother, what? Why? Convergence. Not a good one, though. Hello, Green Tree is melee? Does? Cool. Bubble Fist in red tree, right bottom tree. Okay, so there's a few things then. Oh, that's right. There is that one fist move. Okay. Hollow might have some stuff. Hollow might be able to. I feel like, yeah. I feel like that video could work. It's just the biggest issue with that video. It's in Borderlands 4. I feel like any Borderlands 4 video I've made not done very well. If I'm gonna be so for real. The best one I did was like how to get the Hellwalker in like prime time for that to come out too. Because I was like the first one to get there, and that's why that video did well. Same with the plasma coil, but then like that's it. I gotta go. Well, thanks for stopping by. I appreciate you. Good chats today. Hopefully I see you again. Chat, I'm not gonna lie, I'm kinda hungry. I didn't eat anything for lunch or breakfast. I don't think I've ate food today. Now that I think about it, now that I actually like start talking about it, I haven't ate food today. Isn't that a thing? Isn't that crazy? Okay, chat. Is this something that y'all do? Do y'all ever just forget to eat? Like you'll be hungry, but like you just forget to eat? Is that just a me thing? Like even like you're hungry and like your brain signals it's time to eat, then you go to eat, like you go to like the fridge or whatever and that, but then like you just don't, and then you just do something else, you get distracted, you do something else, and then you just don't end up eating that day. Same with like drinking water, like for a whole day you'll just forget to drink water. And you're like, man, why am I so parched? Like the next day. Why is there a glass of water on the you know? Is this someone else's? Maybe I shouldn't drink this. This might be someone else's. It's like fucking a glass of water you fucking poured for yourself like a day ago. Yes, absolutely. Okay, good. It's not just me. It's not just me. Oh man. Chat, something that I really want to do. I want to do more like competition based stuff. Like, but it's hard to like do competition stuff that isn't just like speedrun race, you know? Because no one wants to do a speedrun race of Borderlands 4 with me. The only person who I'd be able to do it with who actually semi-knows the speedrun is Spowroad. And like, dude, he fucking hates it. He doesn't want to do it. He's just like, fair enough. So I'd have to... So the only people I could do that with is like actual speedrunners. And like, I could absolutely do it with Zoopster. But he would fucking cream me. It wouldn't even be close. It wouldn't even be like close to being close, you know? It wouldn't even be in the same like planet as being like a close game. He would be done by the time like I'm halfway. if I'm being generous, you know? So it would be the only person who I could do that with where it would be like a good video would be Spell. Because I think collab videos are like the most fun. And then, but like competition videos are always really good as well, where it's like, you know, you get two sides. I mean, that's what bingo is as well. Bingo is good for that, but I'm trying to think of like more ways to incorporate more competition-based things, but not the same as I've already done. So like not speedrun races and not bingo, though there is probably more of those coming eventually. But yeah, I'm trying to think of like newer ones, like how TX did like the GeoGuessr. Bro, how many of these fucking Destructo discs are we getting? So much disco nades? I know, right? I was just gonna say. How many of these do we need? See, one Bramble song, dude. But that's okay, because, you know, now that we haven't seen them for a while, it's gonna be crazy, because then we're just gonna get the shiny. Well, we're getting one of the shinies this run. Now chat, you should be on the edge of your seat, because the last time I said this, we got the shiny. So, here you go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. It's gonna be next run. Strong ass tail. GeoGuessrs are the best, yeah. I would love to run one of those, but I ain't gonna. TX's idea, TX's series. I've already stolen bingo. I don't want to just like, oh man, that's good. I just keep stealing his ideas. Ew. I just don't want to do that. Zucchini, that's a good word. That's a good word. That's why we keep you around, Marcus. You bring the good words to the table. Here we go, and shiny. Would have been cool though. Would have been cool though. Would have been cool though. Gotta admit, chat. It would have been. It would have been. Chat. It would have been. Cool though, right? When are you gonna do the Family Feud video? Okay, first of all, not my video. It's not my video, Dalweb. It's Spowerraid's video, and we have already recorded it. Actually, we have already recorded it. So it's just whenever Spowerraid finishes it, that's when it goes up. I don't know how progress has gone on it. I haven't talked to him about it, but it has been recorded, and it was pretty fun. I think it will be better than the Jeopardy video if you saw that. I saw the Jeopardy, yeah, pretty good. If we're going on amount of questions that we got right, I won. If we're going off of the score, I came last. But that's only because of gambling. Gambling is an epidemic, chat. You should never indulge. I only lost because of gambling. I lost it all. Money, fame, Spowerraid's Jeopardy video. They should put me on, like, anti-gambling ads. I'd be awesome. Ain't nobody gambling after they saw that I lost the Jeopardy video. I was winning by so much. No Lego. I do have like an idea for a game show-esque video, but it would be very big, and I don't know. I want to talk to some people about it to see if it's even possible. I've got some ideas. I think the concept might be a little too big to where I don't know if it's actually going to work or not, but if I was able to get it to work, it would be pretty fucking awesome. I wanted to try and do a Taskmaster in Borderlands, but obviously not just like the show. Like it would barely be connected, but you know, it would share the same name and kind of the same vibes, sort of thing. I've got a layout idea. I want to talk to other people about it to see like what they think and if it's too big or if they. Oh, legendary! Rafa Closewood! I need it! I need it! Oh. I died. Dude, I don't like farming this guy. This guy's fucking bullshit. Bro, if I get the shiny, he's absolutely dropping it off the edge. Like, there's nothing I can do about this. Do I just have to, like, waste a whole lot of time? Get him closer to the wall? Hey, convergence. Is it good? No. Oh yeah, Lost Flute Machine. I forget that exists. Does it actually work now? I feel like every time I've tried to use Lost Loot Machine, it hasn't worked the way I've needed it to. And I've lost the item. Like, it goes out of bounds, then, like, that's it. I can't find it. Time to wake the dogs. Rafa when he takes off his shoes. Where's your loot, bro? What? I hate when there's like you've been farming for a little bit, and then like your field of view gets absolutely destroyed by the fact that like there's now limited range for the like view beams to spawn. So because it's like so high up in the air, like you just can't see when he drops. I love that. Isn't that awesome, chat? Maybe when the quality of life makes the quality of my life worse. Get really close to see if he dropped anything. Still haven't found the 4th gem. Damn. So how does that work in Minecraft? Is it just like a randomly generated thing and you just have to look for the gems? Like it's just randomly in a biome or whatever? Or is it like a server, like a pre-built world or something like that? Where like it's always in the same spot? Get this out of the way, because it keeps fucking blocking my grapple. It's annoying. I find it quite annoying. Do 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 do. Yeah, it does, but the shiny challenge doesn't work if you get one to drop off a cliff. Yeah, because the shinies are so weird like that. Like, the shinies, when they first drop, will drop as shiny with, like, their unique thing. But if you drop a shiny in the map, they will lose the skin. Because it just becomes a gun skin after that. It's so weird. Like, why can't the shiny version just be the shiny version? And it's always like that. It's so weird how it just loses its skin. I guess it's just how it's programmed. It was probably easier to do it like that, which is usually the reason for things in games. It was just easier. It's a biome part, so like the plains biome you find Rock's Gym, Misty Gym you'll need to find an ocean biome. Okay, I see. Makes sense. So what biome are you looking for? Alright. What time is it? 5:25? I usually like to do about like a 4-hour stream, just a 4-hour romp. Savannah biome. Okay. I know what that is. I've never heard of a warm ocean biome though. I don't know what the fuck a warm ocean is and how that can be like a biome, but is it just like, is it just water? Like, doesn't really make any sense to me. But I've seen Savannah, that's where you get the acacia wood. Oh my god, an actual drop! Oh, I will see what that is eventually. Oh my god, look how sad Echo 4 is with this guy. And he's got a little, he has a little emoticon, so that's kind of funny. I've never seen that before. Warm ocean and deep ocean. Okay, so it's just like shallow. Okay, what are you? Big rocket. Does it always come with big rocket? I feel like I've always seen them come with big rocket. Can I even get licensed parts? Like, or is it like the truck where it's like you can get Hyperion and that's it? Besides, it's like base one. So it always has torque, obviously, but can I get anything cool on it? Like, can I get Jacobs on it? Or can I get like... I think I have seen where you... Oh, actually, can you get... I don't think you can get Ripper on it. Is it just like big spots then? For Bramble Song? I am not enjoying farming this guy. Let's do one more run and I'll either end stream or do something else. I'll figure it out. Hey, 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 hey. Yeah, I didn't get anything. Alright, let's get to that main menu now. How long have we been streaming for? About almost 4 hours. I think I might just score it here, chat. What do you reckon? What do you reckon? Hello, game? Did the game crash? Oh no, we're good, we're good. It says I've been streaming for only 2 hours on YouTube, which feels not correct. Did it restart the stream? Feel like that might have happened. No? Only once? Okay. No idea then. You can get a Hyperion shield for damage or more reflect. Okay, so you can get the amp or the not. Okay, makes sense, makes sense. It doesn't come with only big rocket. You're just getting lucky. I don't know what parts it can come on. Okay, okay. I don't really like big rocket that much, to be honest, though. I never use it. I'd rather just like not have an accessory if it meant I could have more damage. I don't know if that's how it works. But anyway, chat. Thank you for watching today. Oh my god, thank you for watching. Chat. Thank you for what? Chat. Thank you for watching. Oh my god. Chat. Thanks for watching. I'm just seeing if there's anyone live right now that I follow. The answer is not really. Let me go to categories here. Let me find Borderlands 4. Who's live? Anybody I recognize? No. Okay, I think I'm just gonna end stream. There's not really many people live right now in the BL4 category. Almost 4 hours? Hell yeah. Alright, chat. I appreciate y'all. If you would, if you have not seen it yet, I would really appreciate you watching any videos, really. Any YouTube videos. So if you're on the Twitch, I've just sent the YouTube link to you. There's a few new videos out. I'm gonna have the new short from the Chinese today. That'll be funny. Yeah, and join the Discord too. Thank you, Marcus. I appreciate that. But yeah, I think we'll end it there for today. I'm gonna eat some food, or like at least I will go to the kitchen and hopefully that will amount in me eating food. But you know, you never know with this guy. This guy's fucking crazy, man. It's like the movie Inside Out with all like the little guys in their head, but like none of the guys in my head are like, none of them are at the control station. They're all like doing some shit, and every now and then one glances over and it's like, dude, what? Why are we in the kitchen? What? Like, did we leave it on autopilot again? Like, what are we doing, guys? Guys, stop skateboarding. What are you doing? Probably do the same, then probably go to bed. Hell yeah, Marcus. Hell yeah. Sleep well. Link for the YouTube, please. Mark, you're watching this on YouTube. These fucking people. Well, click the name Cashew1405 and you're there. What do you want? What do you want from me, dude? Or are you saying you want a YouTube, Discord link? Is that what you want? Is that what you want? Hopefully, because then you're not as dumb. I don't know if that works though. Does that command work? It does! There you go. That's that link. That's that link. I don't know. Hopefully you're not dumb. Hopefully you're smart and you wanted the thing. And I apologize if you are smart. But if not, I don't take anything back. But what, you did want the YouTube link? You did want the YouTube link on YouTube? Bro, I'm about to show you some crazy shit right now. I'm about to blow your fucking mind. It's about to go fucking whoa. It's about capital W whoa. You know? Alright, so we got the stream up right here, right? This is the stream. Right? You can just do this, you can hit this button. You can hit that button, right? What? What? Look at all these good videos. Oh my god. I'm gonna watch this video right now. Oh my god. Dude, look how good this video is. Oh my god. Look at this. Whoa. 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 You should watch these videos, chat. They're good. They're good. Capital W. Whoa. There's also capital O, A, and an H, and then there's an exclamation mark as well. Whoa.